Everybody, welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney. Today we're concluding episode 4.
It's no use.
And it's no use. I'm going to get my defendant acquitted, or whatever legal term I use. I don't know the law. So Seki Natsume is not guilty, and that's all I care about. Let's go! It's been about a week since I last played this. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. And, I can't wait. I hope everybody's in as much suspense as I am. Who are we defending again and what's going on? It has been a week, so I don't blame you if you don't remember. Soseki Natsume, the famous author from Japan, living in England, accused of stabbing someone in the back, who is currently knocked out cold. If only she was awake to tell us that he didn't do it. Do I remember the evidence? I'm going to have to go over everything again. Let's just get back into it. And the sun is still there, always.
The defense has proposed a closing argument. Very well. A right is a right, after all, and this man is a phoenix right.
Actually, no, that's my grandson. That's not born yet. It's complicated.
Here begins our second closing argument. You gonna go for a third next time, Naruhodou? Foreman of the jury, are you prepared to begin?
Of course.
Now, 6 jurors. The court orders you to explain the reasons and the basis behind your guilty verdicts.
This is my last chance. I mean, we started off the case with a freaking closing argument. We're doing it again, apparently. Everyone thinks it's guilty.
The criminal left evidence at the scene. It's those 3 books that incriminate him.
If there's a possibility that someone else stabbed her, I could reconsider my verdict.
If the window was closed when she threw the book, then it's not relevant to the case.
Throwing a book is not big of a deal in the first place. It wouldn't kill a man.
Let's wrap this up. Chop chop. If I don't get paid, I'm dead meat.
That reminds me. I had a house fire recently. I caught such an awful cold after.
Santa Claus gonna save us once again? That seemed oddly relevant to the case, but also out of left field. Huh? Orange and green still don't have real reasons. I think green is not even mentally all here. It's up to me to put him back in place.
It seems the jurors' opinions have become more concrete as of our second closing argument, except for the man in green. Once again, with some exceptions. Our transfer student failed to break down the last witness with his cross-examination. There's no denying it now. The man who ran away from the scene was the defendant. Therefore...
Alright, well that was the last holy grail. Sorry, Monty Python, we're gonna have to find another one.
There was not a single other person who could have committed the crime.
He didn't even drink from it. Such a waste of both wine and glass.
The eyewitness account was accurate. That makes this verdict all the more conclusive.
What were their names? Pat and Roll? Pat and Roll? Rock and Roll? Save us. Give us something to work with, damn it.
I'm afraid that's the only truth.
If that's the case, then this closing argument will have to prove that there's another undeniable possibility.
What makes a possibility undeniable, though? Damn it! If Sherlock was here, he'd know. He'd pull something out of his butt.
You should already know the answer to that.
Damn it, Zeeks! That was the blood. Well, he definitely spilled some blood after he crushed glass with his hands.
To go to those ridiculous detective novels, Sherlock Holmes, you need the whodunit and the howdunit.
And if you can figure out who done it, then all of you can go free, and the killer will be punished. Pooh!
As such, you must do nothing short of revealing a name and a method.
Is it just me, Zeeks, or do you get raspier every game stream? If it was that simple, I wouldn't be in this mess. Van Zeeks would beat Monokuma, both literally and figuratively.
But if you can't do it, you'll never find the path to the great turnabout. You know, the great ace attorney that you are. Title drop, title drop.
Ah. Monokuma, go jump in the Thames. Yeah, we're close enough to it right now.
Thus, the closing argument will now begin. I'm sure that you're prepared, defense.
Sir! I guess this is the moment of truth. I'm awake. I'm hoping that at some point that giant red marks just get left on his face. The one who holds the key to this closing argument has to be juror number 4, Miss Gyakuten. Mrs., rather. I'm pretty sure it might be the Green Man, too. A book disappeared from the Gyakuten home on the night of the crime. The victim was found at the crime scene holding the 4th book. So if it wasn't thrown out the window, then maybe she visited their apartment on the day of and she brought it with her? But why? There has to be some connection between those two facts. And I have to be the one to prove this connection somehow. Time to review. I'll use every method at my disposal if push comes to shove. And it is shoving. Shoving it up in my face.
Make sure you watch the wife's reactions, even when she's not testifying.
Oh, spell it out for me, why don't you? I kind of wish that this game had a sort of difficulty selector like Danganronpa. I would love to see what Ace Attorney would look like on Mean. The event is rebuttal.
The criminal left evidence at the scene. It's those 3 books.
There's a possibility someone else stabbed her. I could reconsider. I mean, that's... What Juror 2 is saying is something I have to prove. I just don't have the evidence yet. So I'm guessing when there is a conflict, I'll go with her as the other party.
If the window was closed,
And there's not relevant. That's a... We're thinking about this the wrong way. We gotta turn it around. We have to think about how it's still relevant, even though the window was closed. When I put it like that, it sounds like I'm just grasping at straws. Throwing a book won't kill a man. Was there an intent to? Maybe the intent was to leave evidence. Reassel. Rebuttal. Same thing. Oh, no, not that. I need to press it. I can't present evidence. It has to be a conflict between 2 testimonies. You say it wouldn't kill a man, but that book was on fire, wasn't it? Oh, the burning! Yeah, PK fire might kill. It kills at like 50%.
Right, it was burning hot with my love.
TMI? I don't think that had anything to do with love. Some hard love over here. She is the sun. This is true. That's tough love, if you ask me.
It was the fire of betrayed love, I tell you. He was in the wrong.
Alright, keep your personal issues out of court. But actually, please continue, because it might become relevant. Naruhodou, where's this going? I don't know. This is some sort of... It's starting to sound like a different kind of novel.
Don't you think so, too?
Well, it's not good for someone to betray his wife, but not good. That's the only thing you can say about it, Naruhodou. What do you know about love? Apparently you find it out. Apparently, at some point, you do become Naruhodou Ryuji. Phoenix Wright's great-great-great-grandpa. Wasn't it all just a misunderstanding in the first place? The court has no context for this. They don't know.
Either way, it was just a tiny little fight in the privacy of our own home.
Juror number 5 with those dodges. Very swift.
I hereby deny that it has anything to do with this incident.
Do what you want, but I'm a little worried about juror number 5. Oh. He's been avoiding her violent outbursts by just a hair's width. He's good. Must be a ninja.
I suppose he's a master of holding himself back.
Dude has the patience of a saint. Although, he seems a bit restless right now. Very experienced.
Let's wrap this up. Chop chop. If I don't get paid, I'm dead meat.
House fire? What does that have to do with your verdict?
Sorry, what was that? Could you say it a little louder, please?
Yeah, no, there's no point. So, could you tell me a little more about that fire? Santa Claus, please, how can you give presents to little boys and girls if you can't even listen to what they're asking for you from? They all want iPods and Nintendo Switches now.
It was winter of last year. My grandkids had lit the candles on the birthday cake. My birthday cake. There were 75 candles on that thing. It was quite the spectacle.
What? They put candles in a cake? Were they trying to summon some sort of demon? Naruhodou has no idea of birthday traditions in the West. Oh, that's silly. He thinks it's some sort of ritual. Wow. Religions in the West are sure odd. I praise Atua.
Praise Atua!
Don't be absurd. It was a celebration for my birthday.
It would seem that this strange practice is actually a common tradition in this land. Purposefully setting fire to pastries? What chaos.
Back to the point. When I got to huff and puff and blow those candles out, I ended up huffing and puffing and blowing them down, still burning all over the room. The fire started to eat up at the furniture, and the whole room was filled with fire and smoke, and here you see me now, the only surviving member of my clan.
Oh. Oh. I knew it. He really was summoning the eternal flames from down below. He's summoning Satan. How did you catch a cold from that?
His lungs are too powerful. Well, my grandkids were passing me buckets of water to try and put out the fire. And since the room was full of smoke, they opened up all the windows to let the smoke out.
Oh, so this might prove that the windows were actually open at some point in time. Chaos, chaos. They opened the windows?
And so my old bones were exposed to the harsh night gusts, and I froze to my core. I was soon after carried to the hospital. Quite the birthday present, eh?
Certainly one to remember. Take that, Van Zeeks. This old man holds the secret to everything. Yeah, that must have been fun. But there is something about what he said that speaks to me. I just don't know what yet. This old man is actually wiser than he looks, and by that I mean he's oddly relevant to the case.
So now we need the who done it
And the how done it, right?
Somehow we have to show everyone that someone besides Soseki could have done it.
But they're all just saying whatever they want up there. I don't know about this jury system. Maybe Phoenix Wright should reconsider after Ace Attorney 4. And some of them seemed really set in their verdicts.
In those situations, we just have to show them that there is some other possibility.
So we need some other possibility.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Don't repeat me.
Maybe I can show how their statements clash upon each other? You know, like I've been doing? Alright, I'll look out for something like that. For now, let's keep forcing our way forward.
Indeed.
Always so encouraging, Suzato. You just know how to toss me into shape. So if I could prove that the window was open, maybe, or at least establish the possibility, I'll get somewhere. But it's possible that the window was open?
Of course it wasn't open.
How can you be so sure of that?
Oh, I live there. The prosecutor cleared this up a while ago, did he not? Winter nights in London are no laughing matter. They're no laughing matter either. You don't open the window, silly. Sitting by the fire, cozy and warm, is a winter pastime.
Sitting by the fire, or in this case, in the fire. But you can't be certain that absolutely no one would.
Absolutely no one would open the window.
Why do you even have windows in the first place?
For months other than winter?
Come now, Defense. Stop being so childish.
I can't help it. I'm but a child. Naruhodou is but a small bab. Sorry. I have to find a way to clearly show that the window might have been open. Otherwise, I won't be able to win this guy over. That sounds very important. So he's definitely someone I need to keep an eye on. I just need a statement that says the window might have been open. I already pressed juror number 4 and juror number 6, though. I guess I'm going through them systematically. Small Bob. Baba is small. Baba is Naruhodou. Hey, what's your deal? Why are you in such a rush? Baba is Naruhodou? Yeah. A man's life is at stake.
Oh, well, so is mine.
What? Huh?
Didn't I tell you already? I'm a worker paid by the day. If I go home penniless today, then you'll find me floating in the Thames by tomorrow morning.
What? Are you in with the wrong people? Juror number 5. Do you know the assassins? Baba is attorney. Baba has a law degree.
That's how terrifying the missus can be.
Oh, no wonder he has experience with an angry wife. That goes beyond terrifying and right into criminally insane, I'd say. So I guess he is in bed with the dangerous people. If you know what I'm saying. Windy, what's up? Welcome back to the stream. Naruhodou is more boyish than all the other protagonists, yeah? I would say so. Even more so than Apollo. Even in 4. He's so young. He's still in university.
Let me tell you something she did to me recently. Oh, what the heck?
Oh, what's wrong?
It must have been so terrifying that I blocked it out from my memory.
Wow. That's bad. For a guy like him? He's big and strong. His wife might be stronger. Diary86, thanks for the sub. You figured it out. Oh, enjoy the emotes. Welcome to the chicken coop. Enjoy. I wonder if Rolla will ever throw Pat into the River Thames. You know, for fun. Or for revenge. You have an overactive imagination, Susato. But I have to wonder if there's a way to restore Juror 5's terrifying memories. Oh. Nothing is clashing, but I don't know. Kill a man, he's dead meat. Let's just press everybody to make sure I'm not missing anything. Domestic violence is strong in this case. Oh, there were different times. 100 or so years in the past. There was a different era. If there's a possibility that someone else stabbed her, I could reconsider.
Mata!
Hector's gotta feed his dogs. Alright, Hector. Hope the dogs are fed. Are you saying that you'd be willing to change a verdict? Please? Pretty please?
Don't get too excited now. As you can see, I'm not only pragmatic, but also a modern woman of society.
Okay. Okay, that's the only thing he has.
If I read the morning paper, I forget what I said by evening, so I don't bother reading it.
That's just me in any news whatsoever. This is why I'm not into politics.
See? The very picture of a pragmatic and modern woman of society.
Pretty please with egg on top? That seems like an extreme conclusion.
So far, I see sufficiently decisive testimony in the trial of a suspiciously suspicious man. So even if there may be some small sliver of doubt, he has to be the culprit.
I really suggest they take on the juror system in America, where they have to be absolutely sure. Please, we can't have this flip-flopping back and forth in a trial to, about a guy's life is riding on.
Just how pragmatic and modern women of society should think. Don't you agree?
That makes it a bit difficult for me to do my job.
But I'm also a fickle young lady, ready to jump to the newest fad or trend.
She's honest about it.
So an interesting new possibility may cause me to change my verdict.
That's a bit of a tall order. It sounds like you'll have to work hard to win the heart of a city girl. Seems like it. Her eyes are brimming with expectation. For her, or for Susato, or for the juror? She's putting herself in her shoes. People are going for dinner? Alright. What are you guys gonna eat? Hopefully it's something good. I had pizza because work kept me late and in exchange gave me pizza. I mean, I'm on salary, so I have to stay late if they tell me to anyway. But pizza's also good. I forgive everything with pizza. Exactly. Keep me all night. Just give me pizza, I'll be good. But there was a fourth book dropped on the scene.
And just what is that supposed to prove?
The fourth book just might be the property of a nearby landlord.
That's exactly what I found strange about it.
Huh?
At the time, this landlord was in his room, no? You said that the couple set fire to the room to further enjoy their heated argument.
I don't think that was their intention. Unless I completely misunderstand marriage. And I'm not surprised.
Either way, it's obvious that neither of those two were at the crime scene.
Oh, right.
In other words, they have a solid alibi.
Doesn't preclude you from taking a book from them.
If they're unrelated to the crime, then that Japanese shut-in is the only suspect left. I say that there is no more need for argument, I say. Say you, say I.
And I say that arguing is all I can do. It's my only shot. Ah, shoot, that's everybody, isn't it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't, Odd. Oh, wait, Juror 6 changed his testimony, I just realized. Oh, here we go. This will do it. So, if I say that you could have opened your window because of the fire, then I still have a chance. Right across the street. Can't have gone far. There's a clear contradiction between these two statements.
A contradiction? What in the world are you talking about? What is that? I've never had one of those in my court in my entire life. And I've been a judge since I was 2 years old.
Oh, God, I can't take it when he points his finger at me. It's just so accusatory. What? I really can't hear you unless you speak up, my boy.
Point the finger at him. Throw the book at him. One of those. Juror 3, if I may.
Yes? What is it this time? Just don't point your finger anymore. It makes me feel weird.
Were you listening to Juror 6's birthday story?
Actually, no, it was pretty useless.
Well, yeah, but I need it. I need to use it in my argument. From what I heard, he opened his windows, even though it was the middle of winter.
That's true, but it was an emergency. If there was a fire in the room, then of course you would open the... Oh. Oh no!
Seems like you get it. Excuse me while I pace around the room dramatically. At the time of the crime, there was a fire in Mr. Garadeb's room. Mr. Garadeb told me something very interesting about what was going on at the time. The moment the flames flared up, the whole room was engulfed in thick smoke.
He said that?
Oh! Oh! Looks like they got a rise out of Mrs. Garadeb. What you doing, pouring tea? So we opened the window in order to let the smoke out of the room. That isn't an odd conclusion at all, isn't it? Is it?
You're right.
How much tea is in that thing? I guess as much as there's wine in Van Zeek's bottle. There's something about the Ace Attorney series that there's just infinite liquid everywhere. They solved world thirst. The hunger part needs some working though.
As a wise old man, I have some advice to give you youngins. If you won't open your window during a fire, then when would you ever open it?
During water.
Got it. I'll rethink my verdict.
Please do so. This is a fantastic first step. Just gotta keep walking. Emmy's got a bowl of peanut butter, so that's your food. It gives you protein, I guess. Although, please get more protein from somewhere. You gotta make those muscles big and strong, just like juror number 5. And then you too can have a scary wife. Oh, Van Zeke says grape juice, not wine. Oh, I forgot that was a running gag in the Ace Attorney series. It's not censorship. They actually have just fancy bottles of grape juice, even in the original Japanese. It's silly. It's Phoenix Wright's favorite drink. Hammy just needed some nutty goodness. I mean, who am I to judge?
Not.
Alright, okay, so...
It's certainly a possibility that the window was open when she threw that book.
If there was a possibility... Both of these guys are talking about possibilities, but I don't think anybody else changed their testimony. Maybe I used the fact that Juror 3 changed his testimony to clash with someone else? Those 3 books. Maybe now that it's different, I can do 1 and 3? I'm thinking. No, wait, I remember now. Juror number 4, Mrs. Garadeb had some sort of revelation while Juror 3 was talking. How do I... Alright, let's go with it. Oh, wait. I skipped through dialogue. That was new. When the incident occurred on Briar Road, in the Garadeb's flat across the way, a fire broke out.
That seems about right. And if there was a fire, you'd want to throw open the windows no matter how cold it was.
Chotto mateo! Juror 4, may I have a word with you? A bit busy. Mrs. Garadeb?
What are you doing? Just sending me out like that?
I've been calling you that since the beginning of the trial, please. Pay attention. Just give up the maid act already. There was something I wanted to confirm with you, though.
What is it now?
At the time of the incident, your window was open. Isn't that right?
What? What's this all about?
You know, the missing link in my case? You know what, Direhead? That's right. World hunger can be solved with Inspector Gadget's never-ending fish and chips. Although it's pretty oily. Hey, infinite food is infinite food. And infinite tea is infinite tea. Gavin, what's up?
Oh, wow, hello there.
Hello yourself. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing well. Have you eaten? Has everybody eaten? Please eat dinner. It's important. It's almost as important as breakfast. And especially if you have breakfast for dinner. Oily, yeah. Fish and chips. It's kind of fried. Infinite oil, infinite energy. Yeah. Just harness that oil in your diesel engine. You guys heard about the diesel truck that runs on bean oil or whatever? There's like a dude somewhere in the south that owns that truck, and he refuels his car by driving to the nearest Mexican restaurant and just filling his car with beans. Something like that. I don't know the exact facts. I've read that somewhere. I don't know if he still does it, but it's possible. It works.
What? What's this all about?
Smoke from the raging flames was beginning to fill the air. Under those conditions, you had no choice but to open the window.
What are you talking about?
What? No, you can't just deny it now. This is my entire argument.
Fine, I admit it. My husband really did rush to open the window. But of course, I kept throwing things without a care in the world.
Okay. Even while all your possessions were going up in flames? That's one mad wife.
Letting your anger out is good for your health, so I had to throw to my heart's content.
That's a lot of throwing. Lady must have a big heart. That doesn't sound so good for anyone's health. Anyway, we've proven that the window was open. Let's have that added to the jury's claims. This is it. This is my out. Nash, what's up? How you doing?
Hi.
Hope you're doing well. Hi. How you doing? We're in the middle of trial number 4, but I'm just Just a holding out. Just popping in to say hi. Gonna continue to drink and watch wrestling. Sounds like a good night. Fireball, right? Fireball. All right, back to the game. Nash is gone, so spoiler free. Enjoy the bits. I sure will. You'll enjoy them later, Vin.
It's true. The window was open at the time. I had totally forgotten about that.
You just forgot?
The fourth book dropped at the crime scene was hideously burnt. The title of that book is The Adventure of the Lion's Mane. And that would be the same book your husband was reading, right?
Oh, yes, I believe so.
Finally has that realization, doesn't she? And when you fought, you threw the book at him, right? You arrested him? No, that's a different book. You threw The Adventure of the Lion's Mane.
Oh,
Stress T. That's me.
I threw it.
Huh?
It was the closest thing in reach, so it was the very first thing I threw. And now that I think about it,
Whoa.
it was the book that my husband had been reading. Yes.
Why didn't you just say that from the start?
Because I had no memory of it. You know how it is. When something like that happens, you just throw whatever's available.
No, I don't, because whatever is available in my apartment is very expensive, and I do not want to just throw it. Lady, please. I do not know how it is.
Never mind the title. What the object even is doesn't matter to you in the moment.
Doesn't it? Choto! A liar. Or just bad memory. I can't blame her. So am I. Just look at her hitting her cheek. What, is that her tell? Apollo Justice style? Excuse me. Juror 5.
Oof! Oof! I remember it all. All of my repressed memories are back.
What?
When I was listening to that old lady, it all came back to me.
Oh. Old? Old? Don't call her old. Uh-oh. Gonna make her angry again.
Don't call me an old lady. I'm a wife and a maid, and that's it.
He's not even responding to her violent outbursts. Yeah, he's married.
It was 2 weeks ago, after I finished my work for the day. I reached into my pocket to retrieve the day's wage, but then I turned whiter than a sheet. There was a huge hole in my pocket, and all my money had fallen out.
Wow. That's quite a tragedy, actually. Living paycheck to paycheck, or rather, cash to cash.
Even tragedy doesn't do it justice.
Oh. This is some good sad music. I should save this for later. What?
The missus was just in the middle of cutting up some chicken for dinner.
Oh! Get away from me! Your wife is dangerous!
I barely managed to mutter. I dropped all my money when suddenly...
Cut, cut, cut! Knife! No!
A knife struck itself in the wall, hardly an inch from my nose!
It's so terrifying, I'm speechless. I know, right? That knife was cutting me!
I could really smell the Thames then, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. And tonight I'll probably be drowning in those murky depths. Mm-hmm. That boy just ain't right. That's the real tragedy.
I understand. Jeez. Wait. Did I miss some subtext to that? I could really smell the Thames then, I'll tell you what. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but isn't the Thames famous for, like, having a bunch of trash in it? Oh, is that what you mean? Oh no, he sold himself. Because the Thames smells terrible. Wow, that's a good metaphor. Flayson, thanks for the host. How you doing, man? It's been a while. Oh man, I need to catch your streams, but it's always at such an inconvenient time. What have you been playing recently? Hope you're doing well. the River Thames, the river in London. It smells terrible. Don't go swimming in it. You do not want to, smell like it. Yeah.
And that's what I finally realized. An angry woman will throw anything. Blades and knives and axes and hatchets.
Naruhodou, I want you to know that not all women are like that. Yeah, some of them throw people.
Susanoo, toss?
Yeah, I know.
Just often throwing the first blade they can get their hands on. Absolute barbarians. At least let loose an arrow once in a while or something.
That requires finding a bow. And it's not even your style, Susanoo. You'd rather toss the first person you see. Who are we shooting at now? No bullet.
Suplex!
Now let's pay careful attention to what Juror 5 just said. His words may serve as an arrow that will guide us towards victory. Hey, truth arrow!
Truth arrow? That'll never slide. I'd rather have a truth bullet. I should try to forget about what Susanoo just said for now. Looks like Naruhodou is getting a hang of how to handle his future wife. Maybe, I don't know. Truth bullet. No, that's wrong. All right, so what did juror number 5 said? Angry woman will throw anything she can find. My old lady throws knives. Throws knives. Throws knives. If there's a possibility that someone else stabbed her. Wait, no. Are we now trying to introduce the possibility that Mrs. Gyakuten threw a knife at the window and hit the victim in the back? Is that it? Is that it? I want that to be... I want Naruhodou to argue that. It sounds silly enough to be true. Oh my god. Really? We're doing this now? Totally possible. That sounds about right. Got him. There's a clear contradiction between these two statements. And by clear, I mean I'm pulling an idea out of my ass. Listen to me, Judge. Just go with it.
A contradiction? Explain your assertion, defense.
Juror 2, I think this may be the new possibility that you were looking for.
Well, I wasn't really looking for it. What did you just say?
I may have found another way the victim could have been stabbed with a knife. This has a lot of holes in my argument. I'd be surprised that Van Zieks isn't interjecting. Someone brought up in the YouTube comments that the only reason that Van Zieks isn't bringing up, well, not the only reason, but a good reason he isn't bringing up every single little contradiction is because, one, this is my argument, so I'm allowed to talk as much as I want. Two, it's just way too silly. Van Zieks has already got everybody on his side. He doesn't need to foolishly contradict me. KidCat221, welcome back to the stream. Hello. Hi, Nabo. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Windy just remembered. Asogi in the first case. The guy also threatened to beat up Naruhodou a lot. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Naruhodou always gets the short end of the stick with these things.
And what just is it?
The fourth book, The Adventure of the Lion's Mane, was discovered at the crime scene. Rest in peace, Asogi. If it really did come from the Gyakuten home, Naruhodou's used to tough love. It's the only kind he has. And we can safely come to one conclusion. There may have just been one more object that was thrown from that room.
What?
After all, Juror 4 said she had no idea what she was throwing in her blind fury. Isn't that right, Juror 4? You're the real assailant.
Just what are you implying?
As soon as she realized the truth of this book, I wagered that she may have already begun fearing this other possibility to be true. I don't think she was thinking that far out there, Naruhodou. That's all in your head. No way. Epic pacing. Good animation. Excellent animation.
Japanese attorney, as a representative of this whole jury, I request an answer. What do you believe is this other object that flew across the street from their flat?
A knife? What I'm about to say is absolutely crazy, but we're already going for it, so here we go. I don't have any decisive evidence to back this up, but I'm about to make a serious indictment. But this is a possibility that we must investigate. We might as well be Sherlock. We might as well take Sherlock's words. If we're gonna be this out there. Understood. The defense is ready to voice its thoughts. The other object that flew out of the Gyakut's flat was... the knife! Kurae! Not that bad. This is turnabout Big Top all over again? Nah, I'm enjoying this a lot more. It's just silly. Juror 4, Mrs. Gyakuten, unless you mean like the method of murder being an accident. What do you want? I think I should begin by apologizing. I'm really sorry about this. Really sorry, but you're a murderer. No. Almost murderer. The victim's not dead. But I need you to tell me something. Look at this knife. Look at this knife. Does it strike you as familiar? Involuntary manslaughter, more like. Oh! Well, it's not manslaughter because the victim isn't dead.
Hold on, defense. What are you doing? Threatening my jurors with a knife? Isn't that the knife that was used to stab the victim?
A little bit, yeah. Are you sure you're sorry? Nah. No, yeah, the victim's still alive, just in the hospital. If they were able to... If only they woke up and testified, we know who... We'd have some idea of what happened? At the time of the incident, the Gyakutens were in a heated argument. Mrs. Gyakuten had cornered her husband at the window, throwing whatever she could. The window was open, and the book she threw was the one discovered at the crime scene.
Ridiculous! The book was found in the victim's hand!
Did the book just grow legs and walk into her hand?
Ah! Not even the missus can make a book do that.
I can't claim to know everything. But that's exactly why. It would be a fatal mistake to end this trial now. Ah! Oh! Answer me, Mrs. Gyakuten. Do you or do you not remember this knife? Ooh. Please? Maybe? Oh! Oh! You do recognize it! Okay. Well, does anybody have any smelling salts? She appears to have passed out. She fainted. You good? You okay? All right? She's fine. My lord!
I would like to amend my verdict.
Hey?
I made a promise, after all.
Juror 2. A promise to me?
And I will as well.
Oh. What's your name again? Fair Play. I was going to call you Hatsworth. Hatsworth? That's a completely different game.
This is an unexpected turn of events. An unfortunate series of events. I agree that it would be a mistake to end the trial at this point.
Foreman.
Don't forget about me. I don't really think this old lady really did it, but...
Count me in too. I wouldn't feel satisfied with the verdict right now.
Yeah, but okay, hold on.
Good show. All at once, then.
Okay, good. I was about to say, if everybody turns their vote to not guilty, then that's also a verdict. I mean, in my favor, but I'd rather find the truth first. What about Old Man Santa? He's not paying attention. It's fine. Oh, we've done it!
That was brilliant work, Naruhodou.
Ow. Toward nothing.
The jury's verdict has changed as a result of the defense's closing argument. Now 2 vote guilty and 4 vote not guilty. Thus the court acknowledges that the jury's vote is split.
Split?
Split? Kahoo!
Where's the split music? Ah, we gotta play it. Imagine the jury just rises up into the air, and then this starts playing. Oh, yeah, no, I can't imagine it. Imagine them putting their all facing off against each other. I can't imagine that playing in this game. It's so out of place. The scrum debate from Danganronpa 3. And Grandpa would just be sleeping throughout the whole thing. Dang it, Grandpa! Wow! Brad, what are you doing? Aw, man, I was gonna raid you. I wanted to play some Smash. Thanks for the raid, man. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good stream. Smash Brothers. What, did you do good? Did you win the fights? Have you been practicing Snake like I told you to? Look, man, if you need pointers on how to play Snake, I can tell you things. I can tell you things you wouldn't believe. I've seen the Gates of Orion or something like that. And all those memories will be lost like tears in the rain. Cyberpunk Ace Attorney when? I'd be so down. Starring Phoenix's great-great-great-great-grandson. In the future, with future crimes and future murders.
The court acknowledges that the jury's vote is split and orders you all to continue the trial.
Oh, baby. Yeah, my logic may be unfeasible, but yeah, the possibility is there. Once you eliminate all the possibilities, whatever remains must be the truth. Sherlock Holmes, back me up. Where are you? Why are you not in the trial?
Lord Van Zieks, do you have anything to say about this development?
Cool.
It reminds me of a strikingly tasteless farce. Perish the thought. A farce as tasteless as this wine, floating in my glass as I imbibe it with a sigh.
You actually drank your wine, huh? And it's not just grape juice.
Stop that!
Rude!
Simply tossing into hellfire that which I cannot bear to swallow.
Like my argument.
Excuse me, Lord Van Zieks.
Stop breaking the grails, they're expensive. And it is wine.
With all due respect, the defense has presented a viable possibility.
You call that a possibility, Foreman? I call it nothing more than the lowest of vulgar nonsense, but fine. It seems that we'll have to review the relative location of the crime scene.
The relative location? What is he doing this time? Proving to us that the crime actually took place on Briar Road? He's drunk. Go home.
Think of the crime scene and the defendant's flat. This should be obvious, but between them is one large street made for coaches, Briar Road. The distance between the crime scene and the landlord's couple's home is no less than 15 yards.
15 yards? That's about 14 meters. 14 meters? That's way further than I expected. Learn the Imperial system, Naruhodou. You're gonna need it. Well, actually, no. Not really. I need to learn the metric system. I'm in America.
Now, I'm sure you all have the same doubts as I. That book was discovered in the collapsed victim's hand. This book was engulfed in flames, thrown by the enraged housewife, flew 15 yards, and fell perfectly into the victim's hand while she was toppled over on the ground. Do you plan to tell me that this is your conclusive argument?
What, that's the part you have a problem with? She was alive when the book fell out. The knife was thrown second, duh. Well...
Not only that, but as if chasing after the book, a knife also flew across the road and slipped straight into the victim's back. Perhaps you'll next say, a pig flew after it.
Next you'll say, a pig flew after it. A pig flew after it.
Nani?
次にお前は Oh you.
Even those ridiculous detective novels could tell better stories than your delusion.
I don't know why you're married to the idea that the knife and the book that she was alive when the book was happening. That she wasn't alive. Like, it could have flown out the window, fallen on the ground, and then she tried to pick it up, and then while bending over, the knife just like fell into her back. It's quite possible.
I don't have a rebuttal for that. Even a prosecutor shouldn't be allowed to say things like that. Too mean.
Look, Suzato, that's how the law is. That's how the law is. Whatever it is, if it's mean, it's the truth. I mean, it's not the truth. I mean, whatever. Suzato.
How dare you call detective novels ridiculous? I won't stand for this.
Oh, that's what she's offended about. Well, that's fine.
That's the part you had a problem with? My lord, excuse me, but I can't hold my tongue no longer. Detective novels are not poop.
What is it, legal assistant?
It may seem like a wild dream to that prosecutor, but the new possibility revealed by the defense has changed the verdict nonetheless. Therefore, this court has no choice but to consider that possibility.
Oh. Why do I put up with this?
And the only way to do that is to cross-examine Juror 4, Joan Garadeb.
What? You want to cross-examine a juror?
Yeah. What did I say? What did I say in the previous trial? The possibility remains that a juror could possibly be the murderer. Although I don't know for sure yet.
Order! 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 Why? This is absolutely unprecedented to have a juror indicted and brought to the witness stand.
Oh, don't worry. It'll become commonplace in about 100 years. Ah, shoot. You just knocked out one of the audience members. Thank you, Van Zeeks.
Would be a complete waste of time. Lord Van Zeeks!
Finally out of grails, yeah? Throw the whole kitchen sink, or at least a bottle.
We were already in the middle of a witness cross-examination. And if the nonsense from before was anything to go by, she was throwing burning books and knives from above. Maybe we should ask the current witnesses about that instead. What do you think, witnesses?
I think Pat was asleep through that whole thing.
Hoi! Patrick O'Malley, patrolman, ready to report.
It would seem that he's finally awake.
Yeah, no, that'll last for all of 5 seconds.
I'm so sorry for sleeping through the trial. I've been chasing so many scoundrels around the city. It's been about a month of no sleep. London constables truly are heroic, aren't they? Rolla, I know you've been fighting this all alone, but you don't have to worry anymore. Oh, Pat, I think I'm falling in love.
Heroic, yeah, no, sleep. Dude's been playing Pokemon Sleep, leveling up his Pikachu. It's strong now, level 100.
Very well. The defense's request is denied.
But no though. But no though.
Oh.
Pokemon Home and Pokemon Sleep. Pokemon Let's Go Home and Sleep. Ah, that's my new favorite Pokemon game. It speaks to me.
Instead, the court orders the current witnesses to testify further. Testify regarding the new possibility as presented by the defense.
Sir!
I hope this gets us somewhere, or else we're just stalling. Patrolman Pat's report.
As a constable of London's police force, I can say that Mrs. Garadeb is unrelated to the case.
Dyer hit 6 wants Pokemon Let's Go Home and Sleep. Sounds good to me.
This is because her window is actually an awning window. Besides, if something was flying through the air, Pat wouldn't have missed it. I wasn't very close to the crime scene, but Pat was watching over it like a hawk. Or a chicken. I didn't blink or look away for even a second. Nothing is out of the ordinary, sir. Well, just because you didn't see it doesn't mean it didn't happen. What, awning windows? Why don't I remember that? Incredible! There were awning windows! Constable, you didn't report this to me. Oh, well, I'm sorry. You see, I was so tired. Tired or not, that makes for no excuse, Constable. Understood, sir. How and why would Pat know it's an awning window? They were supposedly on the same street at the time of the murder. I don't think it's impossible that he would have noticed that, but wouldn't we have? Sorry to interrupt. What do you mean by awning exactly? Not exactly a common everyday word. The same goes to you. Sorry or not, that makes for no excuse, Japanese boy. Can you just call me boy, please? Sorry. Sleeping is your favorite activity. Me too. I'm gonna get so many points or whatever in Pokemon Let's Go Sleep. Let's go sleep. Pokemon Sleep. Naruhodou, I just looked it up. Do you remember the windows at the Gyakuten home? The Gyakut's windows? Like any other windows, you can open them to let in fresh air. Oh. But an awning window opens like this. Oh, that's how. Yeah, it doesn't open all the way. That's right. This window's most defining characteristic is that it can only open at an angle due to being attached to a stay. Only at an angle? Seriously? For real? Majde? Yes, that's correct. In other words, if you hurled a knife or a book at the open window. Ah, shoot. It would just smack against the half-open glass and fall straight to the ground. No way. Oh, there goes our argument. That's all. Damn it. If he hadn't testified, my possibility could have come to light. So what? How? What? It must have been hard to understand coming from a country that knows nothing of windows. We have windows in Japan. What are you... How backwards do you think we are? From the start, it was impossible for either item to fly 15 yards. At least, not without shattering the window entirely. What? What? Not at all. Look, Pat, the crazy Jap was all like, what? Yeah, I totally vanquished that villain roller. You're amazing, Pat. And we come back to another... am I gonna have a third closing argument? Is everybody gonna go back to guilty right away, right now? I want that to happen. This is insane! My new possibility was thrown out the window before I could even cross-examine them. Now, defense. It's time to begin your cross-examination. You doubt it? No other closing argument? Phoenix Wright is a silly enough series. Yes, sir. Driven into a corner. Yet again. What else is new with these games? Yeah. Alright, well. Patrolman Pat's report. As a constable, I can say that Mrs. Gyakuten is unrelated. Awning window... If something was flying through the air, Pat wouldn't have missed it. Every time that somebody in one of these games says, besides, blah, 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 wouldn't have happened. That usually is the statement. Let's press it. But the sun had already gone down, right? It should have been dark at the time. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the sun is still right here. Whoa, whoa. Hey, look, I found you a new lapel pin. We were walking around looking for a happy star. A what now? The sun is a star. A what? A star that would guide the two of us to happiness. Huh. If a flaming book happened to fly overhead, it probably would have looked something like a shooting star. Let me tell you, if I saw a shooting star, I would have wished 3 times over that Pat would become the chief of police. But due to all the fog and smoke and smog, we couldn't see any stars at all. In short, not a single knife or book flew overhead before the crime. Right you are, sir. I swear it on the starless London sky. It really doesn't seem like he's lying. So then why wouldn't he have seen it? Maybe I can turn that around. Maybe it happened, you just didn't see. Just after we witnessed the crime, the 2 of us rushed to the scene. It makes Windy wonder why it was necessary to make these people so discriminatory. It kind of hammers the subject of a difference of cultures into the theme of the game, I guess. Although I agree it's a bit much at times. Just a bit. I wasn't very close to the crime scene. Why not? Weren't you together? Oh yeah, the police box, the TARDIS. You ran to a police box for help, right? Yes, that's right. No, that's wrong. I know what all the police boxes in Pat's beat are, but it's not her fault that she doesn't know where they are in any other beat. Pat told me where to go, but I got a little bit lost. Rolla, my love, you're so cute when you're lost without a clue. Rolla, my love, Pat, my sweet. Yeah, I know, I've got it. Just shut up already. Naruhodou's had enough lovey-dovey. Anyway, thanks to that, it took about 15 minutes before I came back. But Pat was watching over the scene the whole time. I was off duty, but I still did the job. For I am a patrolman. Pat Rollmalley. That's my name. Don't wear it out. What is a police box? Oh, you need some learning to do. Hold on, let me find a good picture of one. Oh yeah. This very specific police box. You know, just a totally normal police box. Check it out. Ba-da-dum. It's normal. What do you mean? So, back in old-time London, there was like they had this system for calling the police, or actually just like alerting the police. They would be stationed in these police boxes, which were just like phone booths, where a guard could be stationed, but also that little door in the front opens up and there was a phone inside. And you could use it to either alert a police officer directly, or call the police station and have them come over. And these were stationed all over London. I think there's still like 1 or 2 left in existence or something like that. Something weird like that. This is from a TV show, and I'm not gonna go into explaining why it's so famous. Just don't worry about it. If you know, you know. Very convenient. Back before people had cell phones or, you know, regular phone booths. Actor knows the TV show. Who do you mean? Alright, let's press. There was nothing out of the ordinary at all? Right, sir. I was keeping an eye on the crime scene the whole time. No person, animal, or thing got anywhere near close to it. I swear it's the truth. Oh, my name isn't Patrolman Patrick O'Malley. Isn't it, though? Or is your name really Jonathan Wick? No. But that's a bit strange, don't you think? What's strange? I'm perfectly normal. Just a bit Irish. The adventure of the Lion's Mane was supposed to be in Mr. Garrideb's home. How did this burnt book end up in the victim's grasp? If you were watching like a hawk, then you must have noticed something, right? Oh. Maybe it just happened to be a different burnt book. Yeah. Sure. That fresh of a burn. Totally unrelated. But you still have to wonder why the victim would be holding it. She was carrying a bag on her shoulder, after all. Must have just picked it up. Either way, when I found out, she was already holding the book. Unless the evidence was planted there? I see. There's something strange about this testimony. Somehow, the knife ended up in her back and the book ended up in her hand. I feel like these two mysteries might be connected by some thread. The thread of fate. My apologies for earlier. It was not my place to speak. Hey, no, somebody insulted your favorite novels. That will not stand for this. Suzato must be protected. Suzato? Suzato. Huh? What are you talking about? I demanded Mrs. Garadeb's testimony without even seeking your permission. Even if I was outright denied, it was still wrong. Oh, that. Well, to be honest, I do think it will be necessary to bring Mrs. Garadeb to the stand. Who insulted Sherlock? Ah, his novels, not him, but still, a grand offense, I say. That's the only way we can find the truth. Huh, do you really think so? Let's say it's true that the book bounced off the glass. Then she owes us an explanation as to how the book appeared at the crime scene. You're right. And then, considering her reaction when we showed her the knife, she's definitely hiding something. Right again. Let's see if we can drag out any clues in this cross-examination, huh? We'll definitely find the truth, Suzato. Agreed. Hammy's having a party in chat. Wow. Hope you're enjoying yourself. You got some alcohol? Maybe some Fireball? Drink it up. Alright, well. I can't really prove that he wasn't looking. Maybe if there was something he missed. That's the only way I can think about it. Crime scene photo 1, photo 2. I don't know. Actually, can we take a look at the book? Have I opened this yet? Can I open this? I guess not. I think I've examined this before. No matter how many times I look at this burn, it still surprises me. And no matter how many times I look at it, it still fills me with sorrow. Yet, upon further examination, I believe the burn was rather recent. The book was burned recently, huh? Something about this bothers me. So it had to have come from the apartment, I think. Let's press some more. Maybe I'm missing something. Yeah, it doesn't look like it opens. What makes you so confident in this claim? Like, the model doesn't even look like it opens. I'm glad you asked. The reason is this. Inside the police handbook, we had the great things to know as a policeman. He showed that to us earlier, didn't he? Did he? I don't really remember. Might have been an optional press. A constable works tirelessly for the citizenry. That is everything I strive to accomplish. And that is why I stand, tall and strong, for my poor wife. Yes, I tire no more. Just dozing off a tiny little bit. Look at him go. Pat, my sweet, you're so manly. Of course, I do it all for you, Rolla. Rolla, my love. Pat, my sweet. All right, this is getting old. Just please. No PDAs in court. Can we make that a rule? That's not what I was asking about. I wanted to know the basis behind your claim that Mrs. Garadeb is unrelated to the crime. How that? You should have said that sooner. All right. Tell me about that then. Finally. Now, I present to you my unshakable claim. I will prove to you just how unrelated she is. I revealed the truth to you so much that I'll run out of words to reveal with. And then go to sleep. But before I do, I have one thing to say. What now? There's a certain favor I want to ask of you, Mr. Japanese attorney. When you go home, I want you to tell your friends tales of the London officer's spirit. Sorry, but I only just arrived in London, so... Please, I'll let you borrow this if you promise to read it cover to cover. I I swear it'll move you to tears.
All right, fine, I'll take it. Eh. Police handbook? When I get it as evidence? Judge, you have to admit that into court. That was a whole plot point in Ace Attorney 1. I guess we're just not caring about it. All right, then. I have this now. Things to know as a constable. Sure. Evidence. Looks like I gotta look at that. Shall we look at the handbook? Nah, let's just take new evidence and never consider it ever. Sounds like a good idea, right? Keep the peace within the area designated as your beat. Patrol 20 miles every day so that London citizenry may know peace. That sounds a bit, Big Brother. If an incident occurs in the constable's beat, he must lead the investigation. When he discovers an incident, the constable must assist in the initial investigation. Huh. So, does that mean that Pat was actually involved in the investigation? That's something he never really mentioned. He just said he's just a witness. Why is he not also, like, the main detective? He should be leading the investigation, yeah. Mata! And that means that the window couldn't have opened all the way, right? Exactly. It's a window for letting in some air. It won't open very far.
As such, if an item were to fly out of the window, it would hit the window pane and fall to the ground below. If you check the map, around here is where any given object would fall.
Maybe she was actually standing there.
Oh, it's on the opposite side of the crime scene, I see.
I wish I knew about these awning windows earlier. Oh, by the way, I have a question for you, Pat. What is it, sir? How did you even know about the window? What would lead you to know that Mr. Gyakut's window was an awning window? Oh, that's easy. Yesterday, I assisted with the investigation. Oh, no, yeah. So now he admits it. What? What? What, Rolla? Tell me everything you know. Excuse me, Rolla.
Oh, yes.
Why do you look so happy right now? She's just remembering her anniversary. It's today, tomorrow, and every day. At least that's when they celebrate it.
I was just thinking, the two of us really are lucky, you know.
What?
I mean, it's a shame that the lady got stabbed, but the crime just happened just outside of Pat's beat.
Is that so?
Yeah, you could say Briar Road is the border between beats. Isn't that right, Pat?
I thought you said you were gonna sleep no more. So much for your wife. It's almost as if everything in an Ace Attorney game is fortunately convenient. Just happenstance. You know, the jurors that happen to get picked, the witnesses that happen to see things totally unrelated.
Oh, yeah, right.
Actually, the reason I helped investigate the Gyakuten residence yesterday is because that area is part of my beat. What? Wow, it really did happen right on the border. So, maybe if we can somehow prove that she got stabbed on the opposite side of the road.
Pat, I'd like to confirm something with you. Which beat does the footpath just in front of Mr. Gyakut's home belong to?
Oh, the Gyakuten home.
That would be my beat, ma'am.
That's the first I've heard of this.
If the lady had been stabbed on the other side of the Briar Road that night, there's no way we would have made it to our anniversary dinner. Pat has to do his job after all.
A commendable work ethic, indeed. That's just what we expect from our constabulary.
Pat always works so hard. It must have been God watching over him this one time. Don't you think so, Pat?
What, God, Atua?
Praise Atua. Yeah, I think you're right.
Because Atua knows all. I should probably keep track of all of this information.
take care of that.
Thank you, Suzato. Case material is updated.
All right, now I'll do the talking.
Oh?
Mr. Attorney, how about I ask you a question?
Sure. What is it?
You're doubting our testimony again, aren't you?
Huh? Oh, no, I wasn't really.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Let me just tell you one thing. Don't underestimate me just because I'm a girl. I am the wife of a police officer, so my testimony is totally trustworthy.
Right, I just...
No, I don't want to hear any more excuses from you. Oh, I guess I'll just have to keep talking if I want to convince you. Do you mind, my lord?
Do as you please. Add to your testimony if you wish. Oh no, yeah, talking more is how I get my best contradictions. Not that I could ask you to do otherwise. The judge was muttering something just now.
Listen up real good. And you better get a clue this time, you stupid Japanese guy.
I'm not even trying to hide it. Please. Please, just can I go back to me being the butt of all the jokes because I'm a defense attorney and not just because I'm foreign?
Even if I let your rudeness pass, Pat's gonna lock you up.
Mama said knock you out. Yes, ma'am. Speak to your heart's content.
I wonder what she plans to say now.
Whatever it is, it does not fill me with hope. Despair! How do I have all that ready? I don't know what you're talking about.
You will give me an egg. Egg.
I don't have a million things queued up. No.
Colonel.
Egg. No, it totally isn't just chaos. There's an order to my madness. I swear.
My eyesight's the best. I'm just not great at directions, that's all.
Well, what do you mean? It's not that I doubt your testimony, it's just...
Stop right there. I saw everything, okay? That mustachioed Japanese guy just dropped his books and scampered away like a bad cat.
A bad cat. Morgana. Right.
Like I definitely didn't see what didn't happen at that.
You didn't see what didn't happen. This is getting too deep.
There were already burning books or nasty knives flying over Briar Road.
Yes, I get it. I can do anything. Memes. The power, Colonel. The memes. But didn't you just say that you have a bad sense of direction?
Yeah, I do. It's a bit embarrassing. Pat always gets mad when I'm late for our dates.
Wait. Shoto! Pat, may I ask you something? Did she really go straight for the police box, or did she get lost? Or maybe you were on the wrong side of the road. Yeah. This is my explanation.
Huh? Oh, yes, ask away.
Did something about your wife's testimony strike you as odd?
Well, yeah. Now that I think about it, it happened that night, too.
Eh? I was just grasping at straws, but if there's something you noticed, please do tell. Then Rolla herself got lost on the night of the crime?
She went to the next beat over to find a police box, but it took her a pretty long time to come back. I thought she would return within 10 minutes. In the end, it took her about 15. Pat, quit bullying me. No bully. It was all that bouquet's fault, not mine.
Bouquet? That's a lot of time. That's a lot of time to miss things.
A bouquet?
What is this about a bouquet?
It was an anniversary present. My darling Pat gave it to me. He was picking up coins during his patrols for weeks and weeks just so he could afford it.
Picking up coins. Like the money that freaking juror number 5 kept dropping. It was all his salary. That's what it was. That's a very romantic story, I guess.
I had totally forgotten about that bouquet until now. I'm sorry, sweetie. It's fine. You know, it's only my anniversary present to you. I see how it is. You just forgot our anniversary. Oh. But that bouquet is a matter for the two of us to handle in private. We shouldn't talk about it right now, okay? That's disappointing.
What in the world was that? It's marriage, Naruhodou. It's marriage. Viviana, what's up? Hello. How you doing? Vivian, everybody say thank you to Viviana for letting me stay over at her house for Fanime. Even though she was there for one day. I can't thank you enough. You and everybody over at the house. It was a fun time. I got all these pins from her. It's great. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good night. Pat was clearly very shaken about something.
Well, I cannot say I know why. But I think we should press Rolla about that bouquet.
Yeah, no, any information will help me, please. Rolla, about that bouquet. Could you tell us a little more about it?
Sure, why not?
This is useless. Van Zieks just lets everything happen. He may be my favorite prosecutor as far as not being a bully. He's not trying to be mean, he's just odd and, likes to drink and throw wine. He likes to throw it more than he likes to drink it. Next time we'll hang out more, Viv. Hey, you come down here for Anime Expo, we'll hang out. Return the favor. Also, it's your birthday in 2.5 hours? Wow! Alright, if my stream goes to midnight, we're gonna sing happy birthday at exactly midnight for Viviana. Let's go. I hope everybody in chat joins in too. You better.
I ended up getting lost because of that bouquet I dropped.
You dropped the bouquet of flowers at the crime scene?
Right. I was really out of it at that point. I saw someone fall over. When they rushed over to help, we found a knife sticking out of her. I was so shocked that I just dropped my bouquet on the spot. It was too far from the light of the gas lamps, so it was hard to spot.
That's when you ran over to the next Beats police box, right?
Right. I came back to the scene with a police officer in tow.
Besides your husband?
I saw where I had dropped the bouquet on the footpath, but when I went to go get it, the corpse was gone.
The corpse was gone? It's already been mentioned many times, but the victim is not yet a corpse.
I was really confused until I heard a heroic voice calling from the other side of the road.
I suppose that was Pat?
Yup. In my clumsiness, I came back to the wrong side of the street.
Or...
But this time it was the bouquet's fault. To think that it ended up there.
So the bouquet moved to the opposite side of the Briar Road, huh? Or maybe the victim moved to the other side of the road. Hey? Anything that can get me out of this. Anything that can help me prove that maybe it was in his beat. Viv's gotta sleep earlier. Oh, I guess we're gonna sing happy birthday now then. Alright, chat, are you ready? Oh, Shay, what's up? Just wanted to stop by and say hello before you get some sleep. Okay, before you do that, Shay, we gotta sing a happy birthday to the Light Omelet. It's her birthday in 2.5 hours. There's sort of a reason for why Baroque throws his wine, but it's DLC content. I guess I'll have to wait for that. Why am I proving it's Pat's beat? Not sure. I got this evidence that has something to do with him being responsible for the investigation. So maybe if I can prove that he should know more than he does, it'll have something. Oh no, wait, no. It's not that I'm proving it wasn't his beat. It's that it being in his beat will prove that it took place on the side of the road that was under the window, thus reinstating the possibility that the knife and the book could have fallen out the window and fallen into her back. Something like that. If I'm streaming tomorrow, oh yeah, we're gonna. I'm gonna sing Happy Birthday to Viv while we're playing Sonic 06. Let's do it. What a birthday present!
Oh, a strange story indeed.
And in the end, I forgot to go back and get it. You don't know how much change Pat had to pick up off the street just to go buy me that.
Shouldn't you get paid normally as a police officer?
When you say bouquet, might it perhaps be this?
Eh?
That's it. That's the bouquet Pat bought with me with all the change he picked up off the street.
I think it's best if you don't keep telling everyone that part. So sad. He has a paying job and he's a vigilant constable, but he doesn't have enough money to buy his wife a bouquet for his anniversary.
Where did you find this bouquet?
Also, it's apparently one flower. I saw one flower too, but it was kind of bunched up. Maybe it was a bouquet.
According to an officer's report about the crime scene, it was found at the corner of the footpath in front of John Garrideb's residence.
Hey? It was in front of Mr. Garrideb's home? So it was on the other side.
Because it was in an area far from the gas lamps, it wasn't found until the next day. The police believed it to be unrelated to the crime as it was on the other side of the road.
Well, this chicken's about to cross that side and prove that the murder took place on that side. Not murder, attempted murder, whatever.
Thank you so much, Mr. Prosecutor. I'll be taking that back right now.
It's evidence, though.
Oh. For now, I think it would be better for the court to accept this as evidence.
What?
Huh?
Bouquet added, "It's just one flower." When she saw the victim on the ground, the shot caused Rollo to drop the bouquet.
Aw, but the only evidence in that bouquet is the evidence of her love.
Ugh. That was so sweet, it gave me diabetes.
You'd better give it back later. I'll scream if you don't.
Yes, ma'am. I won't forget.
Don't cross her. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Alright, I'm gonna do a quick save, just so, you know, in case my 3DS runs out of battery while it's charging, which I did remember this time. Just in case. Save. Thanks for the save command, Viv. Flowers. Hector doesn't want to think of the pain from Yoshi's Crafted World. They're not flowers, they're roses. Completely different. It's not like the flowers you collect in Yoshi's are roses. Alright, well. Ah, damn it. I went the wrong way. Oh, wait, that wasn't new. I mean, that was new. But, it doesn't matter. I just need to be able to present this bouquet, probably? Let's see. Let's look at it. A gift from Pat to Rolla. It's just one rose. It's in a newspaper. It has multiple stems, but it's just one flower. That's so sad.
Wow, a British rose. It's more beautiful than I had ever imagined.
Huh. So this is a rosé. I'd never seen one before. Not even a Super Saiyan rosé.
Are you not interested in flowers?
It's not that I'm uninterested, but I only really know the 3 different kinds.
You only know 3? And what would those be?
Peach blossoms, plum blossoms, and cherry blossoms. They're all just spring blossoms from Japan.
Your tastes seem to be a little too biased.
Oh. It's okay, Naruhodou. You can get Suzato plenty of flowers from England when you get out of this courtroom. Why did the chicken cross the road?
To solve a murder like a badass. That's me.
That's me. I do whatever it takes. And I also might get to the other side. Hector's got 3 very difficult flowers to grab in Yoshi's Crafted World. The final 3. You keep dying. Keep trying. You'll get there. You gotta have determination. When you take the train to Bonesville, by take the train, I mean, the tracks. Just like Phoenix Wright, He only knows 3 types of flowers. Oh, really? I don't even remember that line from Phoenix Wright. I need to replay the original trilogy. This sure is some fancy wrapping paper. It's got English on it.
But these are just old newspapers, Naruhodou.
It feels like anything wrapped with stuff from Britain would look fancy.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
Well, what's the matter?
Oh, it's nothing. I was just wondering. Have you ever had roasted sweet potato? Maybe British newspaper could make even Japanese treats look like British pastries.
Oh yeah, they roast potatoes inside newspapers in Japan. I don't know why that's a thing, but it's interesting. Sometimes Susato really does show her girly side. Alright, there doesn't seem to be much of note about this newspaper. Unfortunately. I'm the same way whenever I get a package from Japan. They always stuff it with a Japanese newspaper as filling, and I'm just like, I want to save this even though I know it's taking up space. Getting lost. Oh, wait,
What do you think, Naruhodou?
The thing is, I'm getting a strange feeling from this trial, with its absentee assailant. I feel like we've already seen the solution in some way. Eh? The 4th book should never have appeared at the crime scene. At first, I thought the one keeping secrets about it was Mrs. Garadeb. But now I'd say there's someone else who isn't revealing everything they know about it. My final weapon must already be within my grasp. Now all I have to do is present it and drag out the truth. Someone who might not be revealing all they know. Probably Pat, then. Let's see. So, I think either I have to present the book to the statement about the bouquet, or the bouquet to the statement about this? Maybe? I don't know. I feel like saving. Didn't I just save? Doesn't matter. I gotta save. Just in case. Alright, this comes to the part of every Ace Attorney game where I'm just going to, blindly guess. It's fine. Bouquet. First try. Got him. Yeah. Phoenix only knows roses and tulips. Something else. It may have been the same. It may have been the exact same joke as in this game, but they localized it in America. Could be. Farming. It's a good rose. Pretty good. You wish they aged up Susato a bit? She's still only 16. You feel really iffy about shipping them? I've heard that 16 is legal in Japan, I think. Hector, thanks for the save.
You've saved 40 times.
When you were watching over the crime scene, there was nothing out of the ordinary. That can't be right.
Oh. What do you mean?
Rolla, you said the following in your testimony. When you returned from calling a constable at a nearby police box, you saw where you dropped the flowers, but the victim's body was nowhere to be seen. In reality, the victim's body had fallen on the opposite side of Briar Road. Such a tiny bouquet, and really not even a bouquet at that. Really, the minimum you could call a bouquet, a single flower. I imagine it was simply blown across the road by the wind.
Tiny?
The size of the witness's bouquet is not in question here. Let's say you're correct. If so, why didn't Pat testify as such? Oh.
Nobody approached the scene and nothing was removed from the scene. That's what Patrolman Pat said, proudly and without hesitation. But that bouquet was mine. It had nothing to do with the stabbing. That's the only reason he didn't say anything about it.
It's not just a bouquet anymore. In this mystery, there's been a very peculiar reversal among the evidence. Reversal? Turnabout? Don't go name-dropping the title at this point. That's right, I will. It was Rola's bouquet and Mr. Garadeb's book. Originally, when the adventure of the lion's mane was thrown from the Garadeb's window, it should have smacked against the awning window and fallen on the west side of the road. But in reality, it was discovered in the victim's grasp on the opposite side of Briar Road. And on the other hand, Rola's bouquet, originally it must have fallen on the eastern side of Briar Road, but in reality, it was found on the opposite side of the road near the Garadeb home. This is an absolutely impossible outcome. That is, unless someone picked them up and switched them. Oh!
What in the world? What's wrong with you? It's like you're trying to make Pat out to be the bad guy.
I'm not trying to make out anybody. I'm just trying to find the truth. And why would someone go through that trouble?
She's right. We can't listen to that demon attorney anymore. The book, the bouquet, who cares? It's all trivial little details.
It looks like Mr. Garadeb's wife has come back to life. No matter how trivial you think it all is, messing with the state of a crime scene is a crime in itself.
It's called tampering with evidence.
And the person who tampered with the evidence won't come out and tell us why. It must be because they're trying to hide the reason that they did it. A likely story. Tampering? I see you're excited to have learned a new word. Little foreign boy. Teaching us what he knows, how cute. And just who do you think bothered to play this pointless little trick? Time to point the finger. Juror number 3. No! Sorry, I just wanted to make you panic. Well, that worked. On the night of the incident, someone tampered with the evidence. All of the evidence and testimony points to only one person. Now, the court demands an answer, attorney. Who is the person that could have possibly tampered with the evidence on Briar Road? Such a lust for revenge? Who? Clearly, it was Mr. Vortex. No, it was Susato. Okay. I mean, it's possible it was Soseki. But let's not try to indict him of more crimes. I could, either John Garadeb, because it's to hide the possibility that his wife accidentally murdered someone, or Pat. Why? I don't know. See, if we go with the idea that the person who did it had a reason, then I don't see why Pat would ever do it. But John sure did. Or if it's not because of murder, then Pat could have done it so they wouldn't be late. That's true. Never mind, that's absolutely true. But damn. That person would have to be Patrick O'Malley. There's not a single other person who could have done it. What? A constable of London's police force?
Don't be ridiculous. How could you accuse him of that? Pat is the defender of justice. He's a policeman who serves and protects the people of London.
Why did I think Garadeb before choosing Pat? Because I'm thinking in terms of how Ace Attorney usually escalates really far. And it's like, oh, somebody's trying to cover a murder. No, he's just trying not to be late. I always think very far ahead for these things. Maybe it's true. Maybe I found out the truth before it actually was presented to me. You still have reason. It's Ace Attorney. Throw logic out the window. Rolla. When Pat asked you to go to the police box, you left the crime scene. That span of 15 minutes was the only chance for anyone to tamper with the evidence. Keep some of the logic in the room. No, I refuse. I want this game to be crazy. Maybe I'm playing too much Danganronpa.
No way! You're just spouting nonsense. I mean... That's alright. It was this guy with the mustache. He did it.
If that was true, then Pat would have witnessed it.
Ah! I'm sorry to say this, but there's more evidence in the contrary. It was only after the defendant ran away that you dropped your bouquet. But...
First, you indict the landlord couple, and now you're brazenly accusing a constable of London. But your accusation is missing one essential element.
Evidence?
Evidence. You claim that he tampered with the crime scene, but you see, only someone who was hoping to hide something would commit such a crime.
Yeah, that's right. We just happened to witness the crime. Why would we have anything to hide?
Well, what purpose would he have to tamper with the evidence? As long as you can provide an explanation, your accusation amounts to nothing.
Oh. Pat must have had some reason to tamper with the evidence. And that reason must be the key to solving this mystery.
Naruhodou, do you think that you've figured it out?
Figured out something. What to do with this new evidence that I got? I don't even think the judge realized it got put into the court record. The book talking about how to be a constable.
An indictment towards a London constable? You'd best hope you're onto something here. If you're wrong, this could be a lethal blow to your reputation as an attorney.
Don't worry, it's only my second day. How much reputation can I stand to lose?
Keep that in mind as you formulate an answer.
Understood. Actor's cat is in front of the screen. He just wants to watch. Let him watch. I am known to attract many cats. When I was hanging out at Nash's place after Fanime, one of his cats just couldn't stop, like, walking right up to me and just giving me those kitten eyes and putting just a single paw on my leg. Like, human, give me attention, please. I am cat. It was adorable, but I can't fall for it. No. I can't give him the attention. He just wants me to play with him all the time. The cat's so needy. Patrolman Pat was trying to hide where the victim was stabbed. It was adorable. Also, Celeste is here. What's up? How you doing?
We're solving a mystery.
Murder? Well, almost murder. Think of where the victim was stabbed. Pat desperately needed to hide the truth of where she was really stabbed.
What?
Huh? What do you mean by where she was really stabbed? That doesn't make any sense. We've already known that since the trial started. She was stabbed on the footpath by Briar Road. Pat and I saw it. See? Right here. Everyone agrees with me too.
You only think that because that's where the body was after. Pat, you're oddly silent about all this. How you doing, Celeste? Hope you're doing well. Saw your stream earlier. It was pretty good. I was at work, so I couldn't chat much, but it's good to see you again. Good to see you streaming again. Sure, everyone may have believed that at first. But the truth of the matter is, Viridian Green was not stabbed at this location.
Huh? Huh? What?
That's what you think. I'm about to turn this case on its head. I'm about to end this man's entire career.
My word, what kind of twists and turns will this trial take next?
Now you're gonna regret having me. You're gonna regret having me continue to question these witnesses. Viridian Green. Green. She's Kirby stage. She's just a Kirby level. I see you found this out, Hammy, after I pointed it out the first time we saw her.
Japanese boy, you have further explaining to do. Explain your assertion. Where was the true scene of the stabbing?
Well, right there.
That's... You say the crime actually occurred on the opposite side of the crime scene?
Absolutely. That changes everything. What are you implying? On that night, when the book was thrown from Mr. Garadev's home, it fell straight to the ground. The bouquet of flowers that Rolla dropped didn't move at all. What really moved was the scene of the crime.
What? What in blazes?
I miss the crowd. I miss the crowd voice clip from the original Ace Attorney series. It's like,
It looks like you haven't been listening to the testimony so far. These two fine citizens witnessed the very moment of the crime.
and one of these two fine citizens is very bad at directions, and the other had every opportunity to tamper with the evidence. Ha! Ha! Hammy didn't know her first name. Oh, it's been said earlier. And the fun thing is that even though this game was translated from Japanese, the Japanese development team still came up with puns in English for all these characters. Freaking commendable. These are all just the same names from the original translation, the original language of the game. 15 whole minutes to tamper.
He's right. We totally saw it.
It was 5 o'clock in the evening, the sun had already set, and London's famous fog rolled in. When you two witnessed the crime, you actually ran straight toward the western footpath along Briar Road.
No way! That can't be right.
Pat entrusted you with the task of finding a constable, keeping you away from the scene. And in the 15 minutes between then and your return, he moved the crime scene. The victim's body and the fourth book, as shown in this crime scene photo, were both moved to the eastern footpath of Briar Road. Unbelievable! But Pat overlooked one minor detail.
Overlooked what?
Would you be referring to this bouquet?
Yes, that's correct. Yes, that's right.
Earlier, the prosecution said something about the bouquet. Because the bouquet was far away from any lamps, it wasn't discovered until the next morning.
He overlooked it because it was too dark to see then.
Thus, only this bouquet remained. It was the only remnant of the crime scene left on the west side of Briar Road. Ha! Got him! Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Those are the defense's thoughts on the matter. I rest my case. Did I hit the mark, Patrick O'Malley? Or should I say Patrick O. Crime Scene Tamperer? It's not a very good name. You shouldn't keep that. Oh.
Oh, sorry. Really so sorry. Here I am, sleeping at a vital moment. But you see, I haven't slept in a full month.
A full month? That's me. Big mood.
Pat! He's lying, isn't he? That attorney can't be right. Pat, you've always fought so hard for justice.
I was dreaming. I had an awful nightmare. I dreamt that everything I did that evening would be found out in court. He just wanted to go to his anniversary. Now he's admitting it. But I guess it wasn't just a dream. After all.
What? What in blazes? What a twist!
What is Van Zeeks even thinking right now? He's thinking that his entire argument has now gone torn to shreds.
Is this blasted Japanese attorney actually going to overturn the verdict? Preposterous! My second trial since I've come back from my retirement, and this same man has defeated me twice!
M. Night Shyamalan up in here.
Hoda! What in blazes? What in the world is going on here? This is just...
Pat, why? Why would you do something like that? Isn't tampering with dead bodies a crime?
She still doesn't know that the victim's not dead, I guess. Tampering with live bodies.
Constable, why on earth did you do that?
Not dead. What did Pat do? Tamper with the crime scene, move the body? Also, he could go to his anniversary dinner. I mean, the things you do for love.
You're supposed to be an upright policeman, working for the sake of the citizenry. Why?
No.
I can't tell you why.
What do you mean you can't?
I'm really sorry. This is all my fault. I've sullied Scotland Yard's good name.
Oh. One possibility does come to mind. Oh. On that night, there might have been a good reason that Pat had to move the crime scene.
Impossible. How could you know why? A damned chap like you knows nothing of the inside of a good London constable's mind.
Just not even gonna touch these moments anymore.
Van Zeeks. He's a person. He has good ideas. He's got a good head on his shoulders. Naruhodou is a good boy.
Say what you may, but our attorney is the one who brought the truth to light.
Ah,
The court believes that there is worth in asking for his thoughts. Defense!
Sir!
Now the court requests that you present evidence.
Yeah, understood. Whether they be British or Japanese, all people share the same feelings. And I think I'm beginning to understand Pat's feelings from that night. Oh, Naruhodou, what do you know of love? Are you in love now? Who is it? Who you got a crush on? Did he try to kill someone? Why did he move the body? Celeste is late. I'll get you up to speed. There's this mystery murder that happened on the other side of a road. And Pat here apparently moved the body because had it stayed where it was, the body would be under his jurisdiction. It would be under his beat, under his policeman beat. And that would have impacted his schedule for that night. Because it was his anniversary. I'm pretty sure it wasn't because he killed anyone. It was his anniversary and he didn't want to be late with his wife. They were on their way after all. Maybe you're right. To you Londoners, I'm just an outsider. Gyakuten. And because of that, it wasn't until today that I learned about that London constabulary. It's one of the most noble yet demanding duties in the world. Gyakuten. Isn't that like a turnabout person? I mean, Gaijin. There you go. Gaikokujin.
They patrol the city to maintain order, all while doing odd jobs to support our citizenry. Yes, those young constables are driven by the many duties they must undertake daily.
But for Pat, that fateful night was a special time.
Special?
And it's this bouquet that makes that fact very clear.
Oh! So that was for our first anniversary.
Hammy, I don't even know what that is. It's disturbing me. Oh.
Oh!
Pat did all he could to prepare a gift for such a special day. And the two of them went out for dinner to celebrate their anniversary. But then
they came upon the crime scene on Briar Road.
Oh.
They witnessed a young woman fallen under the gas lamps in the thin fog.
What do you think was going through Pat's head at this moment?
I just wanted that one single day to be peaceful so we could celebrate our anniversary. I'm always leaving her alone because work is so busy. My poor beloved Rola.
Because of you, a perfectly innocent man has been charged.
Do you feel okay with yourself? Is this why you became an officer? This is the police handbook that Pat presented. There's a manual inside called Things to Know as a Constable. It reads, if a constable discovers an incident in his beat, he must assist in the initial investigation. Oh! This is why, isn't it, Pat? This is why you moved the crime scene. Well... You've seen right through me. So that's the problem. The investigation was in his beat. Oh. That's right. If only it had taken place just one road to the west, he wouldn't have had the ability to even tamper with the crime scene. You can't just... Is this justice? This isn't right. Pat, I understand. You miss your wife. You don't get to see her as much as you want to, but this is part of your duty, man. I don't know, maybe find another job. Because this one is clearly not working with your schedule, dude. I get it, but when it impacts someone's very life, not worth it, dude. Mugshot, what's up? Welcome back to the stream. How me doing? I'm doing pretty good. Slightly tired, but what else is new? Came back from my long streaming break with some of my usual games. Hope you're doing well. I think we're about to finish the fourth trial. Well, third trial, but fourth episode. We're just about to prove that someone tampered with the crime scene. It's gripping. I've mentioned before, but I think this is my favorite Ace Attorney yet. It's just so grounded in reality. It's such a change of pace from the other games. Everything that happens because of people being mistaken, people being shady, people just being people. It's not like, oh, magic, spirit channeling and whatnot, although that stuff is very neat. Very cool. It makes for some interesting scenarios. Sometimes you just gotta write a really interesting regular trial. Just a regular mystery. It's getting to the good part. He's probably racked with guilt too. When it almost got somebody killed. Well, I don't know if Sosuke would have been sentenced to death, but probably. Okay. At first, Pat was supposed to lead the investigation as that beat's constable.
I see. Then, Patrolman O'Malley, did you...
Oh. At the time, for the first time after I got my dream job as a constable, I started to pray. Rolla, stay close to me. The criminal might still be on the scene. When I ran to the crime scene, I was acting not as a husband, but as a policeman. We have to hurry and notify the police. And then I realized that the significance of where the victim collapsed. If a constable discovers an incident in his beat, he must assist in the initial investigation. Why did this have to happen here? Today of all days? Why? Tonight was the one day I needed peace. So much for prayer. There has to be a policeman guarding the crime scene at all times. So I told Rolla to go to the police box and bring the officers over. And then, when I opened my mouth to speak, I shouted words that even I'm disgusted by. Just an unfortunate circumstance. That the thought even crossed his mind, that he acted on it. Poor Pat. Poor Pat. This road is part of the next beat over, Rolla. Go to that beat's police box. Take a right on Meerschaum Road. A lie. A lie came from his mouth. At that point, he couldn't turn back. That's when he knew.
All right, Windy. I see.
Hi. Oh, you cry. Oh. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Pat. I just wanted to enjoy a nice dinner with Rolla, no matter the cost. Oh, Pat. That was the one day I needed peace.
If the incident had occurred in your beat, you wouldn't have been able to celebrate. Thus, you chose to move the crime scene to the beat on the eastern side of Briar Road.
Oh. To be honest, at the time, I thought the victim was dead.
Really?
Of course he did, because I know that my Pat wouldn't leave a stabbed victim on the cold, hard ground.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
But maybe the cold of the winter was able to preserve the body just enough. She's still in a coma, though, or something. Who knows when she'll wake up?
But either way, God is punishing me for my actions now. I can't believe it. Out of everything at the crime scene, the one thing I forgot was the bouquet. The bouquet I bought for her. No, Pat. That was my fault. I was the one who dropped the bouquet out of sight. I'm sorry, Pat. I'm sorry.
Oh. The guilt in this man for getting his own anniversary gift that he spent weeks picking up spare change off the ground just to afford a single rose. The dedication, all forgotten. Forgotten in his blind fury. His blind, not fury, but just not great. I have one more question, Pat. How many books did you move to the opposite side of the road?
Oh, I think it was 4. As you recall, Soseki dropped 3 books, so the remaining 1 book was dropped from Mr. Garadev's room. That would account for all 4 books.
Yeah, red herring. Because they're just 4 books, you'd think they all come from the same place. But why did you leave the book in the victim's hand? The other 3 books were scattered around the crime scene.
Huh? Well, that's just how I found it.
Eh?
Explain what you mean by that.
When we ran over to the crime scene, the victim was holding on to this book. So when I moved her, I just left her the same as I found her, holding the book.
Just to confirm, the victim was holding the Adventure of the Lion's Mane, right?
Yes, I'm absolutely certain.
I wonder what this means. The 4th book has been updated in the court record. Thank you, Soichi. The victim was already holding the book. That means they picked it up. They picked it up while alive.
At the time, I thought that this would be an open and shut case. There were only 2 people at the crime scene. Even Rhoda saw that. No matter how much I thought about it, it must have been that guy that ran away. I figured that even if I changed the location of the crime scene, it was only a trivia matter. Wow. This really isn't for me, eh?
You couldn't have known. This is why it's important not to move bodies. Ah. Just unfortunate all around.
My lord.
What is it, Lord Van Zeeks?
Wait, who's the lord here?
I am Lord. Yeah.
This cross-examination is over.
Eh? Huh? Are you conceding?
Constable, you may step down now. Please bring juror number 4 to the stand.
I'm hoping he says that.
Sir! Mr. Prosecutor, what's going to happen to my Pat?
Fired probably.
You're free to go home for today. Expect contact from the yard. In fact, just keep going home every day. Stay there. Don't even bother coming to work.
Please, please forgive him for what he's done. It's not Pat's fault. I'm always complaining to him because he's never at home. It's okay, Rolla. Let's go home. Okay.
Patrolman O'Malley,
Sir!
I hope this incident has helped you realize that when it comes to a crime investigation, there is no such thing as a trifling matter.
Yes, sir.
You do well to bear that truth in mind for a long time to come. After all, you don't want to repeat the same mistake at any other crime scene.
Repeat? Then I'm not fired? Oh. Yeah, Van Zieks is just giving him advice. Just wholesome advice for his future.
Oh, Van Zieks, you big softy.
Hurry and step down. You're delaying the trial.
Go, Zeeks. No fire. No pink slip.
Sir!
Oh, I'm happy.
An astonishing truth has been made clear in our court today. The crime scene was tampered with by a third party.
However, one truth remains unchanged. The only person who can have committed the crime is still Soseki Natsume.
What? But my possibilities, though. Don't you think the word only is a little misleading?
Yes, leading the jury to my side of the verdict.
Now that the location of the crime scene has changed, there should be one more person who could possibly stab the victim. Looks like Van Zieks has a heart after all. That day, Van Zieks' heart grew 3 sizes. Just bursting out of his jacket. That's why he has to take off his cape.
If I may, perhaps you've already realized as well, Prosecutor Van Zieks.
Lord Van Zieks, is this true?
Maybe. Very well. Present his or her name then, if there happens to be any merit in your indictment. The prosecution will consent to continuing these proceedings.
Who is the other person that could have committed this crime?
I mean, accidentally, but it was clearly
Iris Watson.
what a twist. Joan Garadeb. I mean, I don't even have any other jurors in this lineup, so the defense is ready to call this witness once again.
Once again?
Just as my legal assistant proposed earlier. There's only one witness that can bring the truth to light. We need to hear Juror 4's testimony. Come to the stand, Joan Garadeb.
What?
She wouldn't know, though. It's an accident.
As I recall, your request was already overruled.
But now it's relevant, though.
Well, we have new information now. The situation is entirely different. Mrs. Garadeb, may I have a moment?
What do you want?
When the crime was committed, you and your husband were fighting. During your fight, a fire broke out in your home. Mr. Garadeb opened the window facing Briar Rose so that the smoke could escape.
And what of it?
You threw this book at your husband, who you had cornered at the window. Cornered, huh? The book then hit the awning window and fell straight to the ground. And, as we have just established, the place it fell was exactly where the crime really took place.
And again, what of it?
You said that you were blinded by rage during the fight, yes? And you didn't just throw books, you threw anything you could get your hands on. That part's just speculation. Nobody said that other than Juror 5, Naruhodou, but okay, let's go with it. Wow. I want you to confirm this for me one more time. The knife is the one found in the victim's back. Are you absolutely sure that you don't recognize it?
Oh!
Yeah, that cheek jiggle. That is a cheek jiggle of pure shock.
Yes, I'm sure.
Lies! Huh? Naruhodou, you're supposed to lead the witness the other way? Use the ultimate weapon, the phone book. That would have killed somebody for sure. Just the book alone.
How am I supposed to remember what I threw at him? And anyway, didn't that prosecutor say that jurors shouldn't have to testify?
They do when they're relevant. Well, maybe I can call Mr. Gyakuten. Is this your knife?
I remember saying nothing of the sort, Juror 4.
Hey? Van Zeeks? He's on our side? Hey? Hey? You got that Phoenix Wright spirit in you, Naruhodou. The anime ability to bring anybody to your side. Yeah. Woo! What is he, Edgeworth? He's definitely edgy, that's for sure.
Ladies and the gentlemen of the jury, do not misunderstand. You are not above the law. If you remember this knife, then you would do well to tell us the truth.
But you can get like a knife like that just about anywhere. We have so many of those at home. If one or two went missing, we wouldn't even notice.
What?
For real? For real? Seriously?
Zeke's backing us up. Anime! Celeste just wants to pinch Mrs. Gyakut's cheeks. You have to use your whole hand. That sounds adorable, actually.
My word.
Furthermore, the thought that I might have hurt someone, I just can't handle the idea. It's too much.
Joan.
All right, go ahead. Hurry up and show me your decisive evidence.
Sounds painful. She's a Pikachu. She stores electricity in those cheeks. Pikachu!
I want you to show me, conclusively, whether that knife was really one of the things I threw.
Oh, we don't have fingerprinting yet. Can you do it, Naruhodou? If I had that kind of evidence, I'd have thrown it at her ages ago. Just like she threw the knife at the window. You mean painful for her? Yeah, but I mean just like turning around.
In that case, it's time for you to come to the witness stand, Juror 4.
What?
The prosecution agrees that this juror must be cross-examined.
Prosecutor Van Zeeks.
Me? Testify?
Juror 4, you have witnessed the entirety of today's case from your seat on the jury. You have seen the miraculous moment where, from our witnesses' testimony, a truth was gleaned that even the witnesses themselves were not aware of.
Oh.
Thus, it is paramount that you testify to the best of your ability. Once you do, I'm sure that this court will be able to find the truth. Prosecution, defense, are you in agreement? You are correct.
Huh? Okay. I'll take it. The defense agrees. Yeah. Oh, this is turning out in my favor. I've turned him about. Naruhodou. Naruhodou. Best lawyer. The true winner. The true protagonist. You could do well to teach some of those things to your great-grandson. Yeah. This is like case 2 from the first game. Case 2 when, with Red White? Really? I'm not seeing the connection. Oh, no, wait, yeah, because he was called as a witness, but then he becomes the murderer? That's like every Ace Attorney, though. What is this feeling? Oh, you mean case 3. Accidental. Ah, yes. For the very first time since we arrived in this country, teach your descendants to be better animated. Teach them the mocap. Your descendants are two-dimensional, for crying out loud. I finally feel like a real attorney, fighting in the courtroom. Just retroactive. They should... I wish they would remake the first 3 games in 3D. Actually, not really. I'm just like... the actual the remake that we got, the HD remaster, whatever, the HD trilogy, it's cool and all. I like that they redid all the art, like traced over the original sprites, but I feel like they could have done a little bit more to make the style of the game more consistent with later entries in the series. Like, the Phoenix Wright series has a totally anime style now, but before, you look at, like, you look at Frank Sawit. Oops. You look at Frank Sawit, and he looks almost like a real person and not anime. It's stuff like that. He looks totally out of place now. How did we lose the third dimension? It just got lost to time, you know. Like Cheers in the Rain. Witness, your name and occupation.
Yes, sir. My name is Joan Garadeb. Yes. My occupation, at the moment, I suppose I'm a juror.
That's not an occupation. It looks like even she's confused about whether she's a housewife or a maid.
Henceforth, the court expects your testimony. Is that acceptable? Also, why am I using Prosecutor Van Zinx's voice? Well, it's a good voice, isn't it?
Yes, my lord.
On the evening of the crime, something transpired in the Garadeb home. You should tell us the entire truth. Do not try to withhold even a single detail.
Oh.
What's the matter, Joan? There's nothing to be scared of now.
Hey! John! He's here!
You were here all along.
I'm sensing a theme in this trial. Multiple husbands and wives. How they interact with each other. How their relationships wane over time, but still love triumphs. Something like that. I mean, the 3D style? Yeah, for sure. Imagine Phoenix... Well, actually, I already don't have to imagine Phoenix pointing in 3D. That's Ace Attorney 5 and 6. Never mind.
I was with her at the time of the crime. Thus, I'm ready to testify alongside you, Joan.
But dear, what about your leg?
I don't need a leg to testify. Oh, please, I'm fine. I can't let you suffer here all alone, can I?
Well, I see your slap wound is healed at least.
Dear!
I presume you must be Mr. John Garadeb then.
I read somewhere that Garadeb is actually a character from Sherlock Holmes. Like, despite you them barely interacting with them in this game, like in the story, he's actually a character. So Seki's gonna end up green. What? No. Oh, no. What? Does that have to do with anything? Just because husbands and wives? That's why it's called Case of the Clouded Heart. All these couples. Oh, I get it. Oh, love prevails in the end. How is Soseki doing? I hope well. Brad isn't here to voice him, so I just gotta remember how to do that.
Sir, 4th Northumberland Fusiliers Battalion, captain of the 3rd Platoon. I survived countless battles. Now that I'm retired, I live a quiet life here in London.
I want 3D Francisca and Godot. Ooh, I want that so bad. Give me German whip waifu. 3-dimensional coffee? I never would have heard of that before. Coffee in 3D? Unthinkable.
It seems you were subjected to your wife's concentrated barrage in your very own home. Well, I suppose you could see it that way.
A juror standing as a witness. This is the first time since the founding of our British courts.
Yeah, and I'm gonna bring it to light. I'm gonna make it the most memorable trial you ever did see. Got it memorized?
It's an absolutely unprecedented situation. However, as today's final witnesses, you two are ordered to give your testimony. Testify regarding what happened in your home as the crime took place.
Sir, loud and clear, my lord.
I bet he's going to try to throw us off the trail, because it might mean his wife is a murderer. But it's my duty. I'm sorry, Mr. Garadeb. Please don't lie too much. Yeah. Okay. Got my ready.
got my water ready. My voice is ready.
She's not dead. She's not dead.
Not victim. Not murder. You know what I mean.
I forget the reason, but my wife and I started fighting. Our candle stand fell over, lighting the carpet on fire. I put out the fire and ran to open a window.
Meanwhile, I took aim and threw everything I could at this poor man.
Wouldn't even be manslaughter. It would be assault.
There are plenty of knives in our room, so we wouldn't notice if one went missing. If the weapon was one of our knives, I want you to prove it with evidence.
Oh, I'm sure. I just don't have it yet.
Oh, it appears that your home really was the scene of a bloody battle.
On the contrary, it appears to have been more of a one-sided assault. I'm forced to admit that my platoon was at a perilous disadvantage.
You just put your pipe on the plate.
If our armistice had been delayed by even a minute, we would have been engulfed in flames. But really, if this old man was pressed to say, it's the brief moments like those toe the line between life and death on the battlefield. I do believe that love can bloom on the battlefield.
I've never heard of a married couple's argument described like that. Well, Naruhodou, you should try being married sometime then.
However, with just this testimony, it'll be difficult to produce evidence of the weapon.
They say that in battle, man finds himself lost in the fog of war. He loses sight of all else.
Who are you, Master Miller?
They say that in battle, man finds himself lost in the fog of war. He loses sight of all else. Perhaps there's little point in demanding any further testimony from these two. Snake, they say that in battle, man loses sight of the fog of war or something like that, or other.
I forgot it already. I'm getting the same feeling.
If that's what you believe, then the two of us will have to reach the final truth with this cross-examination.
Yeah, you're right. Now, defense, begin your cross-examination.
Will do, Judge. And not a moment too soon for the final one, because I am starting to get raspy. Ugh. The War of the Gyakuten home.
I forget the reason, but the wife and I started fighting. Our candlestand fell over, lighting the carpet on fire. I put out the fire and ran over the window.
Something that proves that the knife was theirs, huh? Oh, I know. Something about... Yeah. They were eating pastries, right? I suppose you had to cut them. So maybe... I have to bring up why they were fighting? I believe you told us the reason yesterday.
Yes, if I recall correctly, it all started with a letter wedged inside a book.
That's it. It apparently contained a passionate message addressed to Mr. Gyakuten, and that secret of his was discovered by his wife.
As a result, he became victim to many repeated slaps to the face.
So much so to leave a mark. I'm surprised it healed by now.
Terrifying to be sure.
A hell of his own making.
Oh.
I was trying to act like I forgot, but you just had to tell everyone.
Sorry, John. Look at that face. Whoops. Don't be mad, please.
And some of what you said wasn't even right.
Hey. You have to swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. No lie.
Is that so?
I think the reason for their fight goes deeper than we will ever know.
So what happened after this violent barrage of slapping?
Slap, slap, slap. Clap, clap, clap.
Something that proves that there was a knife. The fire also spread to the furniture, right?
It mostly caught on to my things for whatever reason. That includes my bookshelf and chair. Conveniently, we had water for bathing at the time, so we used that to extinguish the blaze.
Yeah, back then you had to fill the bathtub manually. No, yeah, the tubs were not like hooked up directly to a faucet. You have to go like take buckets and fill the tub, and then manually empty it out later.
That sounds like a difficult situation. Our house is on the 3rd floor, and the city water lines still haven't been connected there. During the afternoon, we had to go to the water trough to get water.
Wow, all for a bath.
We always tell attendants they can't use water during the evening. But apparently that mustachioed Japanese man was buying water for himself.
You mean the defendant, Soseki? I mean, if he was buying it out as a third party, I don't see why it would matter. I see Chad has caught on to my boldy ways. I can't help it. The constant sound of her hand slapping against her cheek. It's reminding me.
He says he gets some kind of exchange student allowance from his homeland. It must be nice to be able to enjoy black tea in the evening.
Ah, I could use some black tea right now. I'm not sure nice is the word I'd use to describe his situation.
I was under the impression that he used his whole allowance on books.
In any case, I threw water all over the burning room.
All over? How about just on the fire?
Meanwhile, I took aim and threw everything I could at this poor man.
You did this even while your carpet and furniture were on fire?
To be honest, at the time, I was more concerned with throwing and killing.
Killing? Can we not have that part? We might have been in court for a different reason today.
Just so you know, the philosophy behind the Suzato toss is totally different. I toss people.
It's like she can read my mind.
I can read your mind.
Well then, maybe Naruhodou and Suzato really do get together. Huh. Try to remember something for me. Psycho Suzato.
Suzato toss?
Was a knife among the things you threw?
I honestly don't remember. I was not that much of a monster.
Suzato, please.
Bread, cabbage, garlic, towels, sponges, napkins. Even the kitchen sink. Choto!
Hold it! Excuse me, Mr. Gyakuten? Mr. Gyakuten?
What do you want?
I love that animation. A little shock. Suzato seems to be too happy about beating and or slapping people. It's fine. It's a Neo Aikido. You know, to take care of this degenerate Naruhodou. Was there something that caught your attention about your wife's testimony just now?
Well, if you must know, my memory does differ from hers just a tad. She mainly threw hard, heavy objects. Books, fire irons, bricks, and so on.
What?
Not only that, she had impeccable aim.
Why? You don't put tea in a you put tea in a pipe.
Can't smoke that. You're just gonna blow into your pipe and you're just gonna be like it's not a hookah.
Joan, we're in a courtroom.
Oh goodness me. I'm so sorry, dear.
Pain. She's still doing this?
But you see, there's no possible way I could throw heavy things like that.
Oh, really?
Well, if you take a look at this, you'll get the idea. Get a load of this. What happened to your pipe? At the time, I was holding my pipe like so. When I was subjected to that horrifying barrage, it flew out of my hand. I accidentally stepped on it while I was trying to pick it up, and it split right in two.
The pipe just broke in half?
Some hard object hit my pipe, knocking it out of my hand. I patched it up with some tape as a quick fix.
Honestly, dear, you really like to make such a fuss out of the little things in life.
Hey, this pipe was expensive. What do you even? Priceless. It was passed down from my father's forefather's father's uncle's sister. Your uncle's sister's maiden name. A hard object. A knife? Always important, every single time. This is an Ace Attorney game. What are you even saying? The defense believes that there is profound meaning in that last statement.
Iggyati!
There's only one bit of knowledge to glean from the retired soldier's statement. Defying your furious wife will only result in a broken heart, and a broken pipe, and a broken leg, and a broken home, and a broken face, and a broken wind. That's all there is to it. You'll find no other meaning, profound or otherwise. Oh, indeed. Any husband will already know this fact.
I'm not too sure about that.
Will you at least allow us to take a look at that broken pipe?
Of course. I don't mind.
There you go again. You're always going out of your way to please your government.
Where did that come from? He doesn't cheat. We have no reason to think that.
Very well. The court shall accept this as evidence.
Pipe has been filed. If it lived in an anime world where you could jokingly be a bit violent, then it would. Anime is very different. Quite exaggerated, in fact.
I hope you didn't mind my sudden intrusion. It seemed a shame for your claim to result in nothing but a denial.
Oh no. I really appreciate it. I should take a look at this evidence, since she went out of her way to get it for me. Always check the evidence.
Now, witness, you may continue your testimony. Tell us more about those knives in your room.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm thinking maybe the split was actually caused by a knife in the pipe? There's a bit of pipe missing here. Seems to have been damaged recently at that.
On closer inspection, it actually has little grazes everywhere. It must be well used.
You know, if you think about it, maybe something is only well used once it's been scratched a lot over a long time. But as for this missing piece, the fact that this wound is so new is starting to make me wonder. New? Hey, what's this? Hey, wait, I know what this is. This is the tip from the knife. Why is it still in here? Why are you smoking the tip of a knife? I don't think that'll get you high. Or, you know, any sort of tobacco calming effects. You not notice? Did you not notice? Or do you actually not use this thing? Huh? I think I saw something reflecting light inside this pipe.
Yeah, I saw it too.
How is the tip even in there? Don't ask questions, I'll just take it. Evidence in my favor, what a coincidence.
It looks like something is stuck inside the bowl of the pipe.
I'll turn it upside down and shake it. Oh, what is this? It's a metal fragment.
If I had to guess, it probably broke off some kind of blade.
A blade, huh? Is this what I think it is? Stabbed through, broke off, maybe. I just gotta prove that this has something to do with the knife. Look at it. It is clearly the tip. Just the tip. This is the fragment that we found inside of Mr. Gyakut's pipe.
It's likely the tip of some kind of blade.
The Mitsurugi. You know, if it's the tip of a blade...
Have you thought of something?
Well, it's just... There's something about this that I can't get my mind off.
You think you might be onto something? It might be best to look at it with the other evidence you have in mind.
Is there a way to, like, combine them? I don't think so.
If the weapon was one of our knives, I want you to prove it to you with evidence. Well, I have an idea. This shard links it to the knife that stabbed the victim. Mr. Gyakuten, could I get you to take a look at this?
Ah. I can't really see it.
Well, I mean, it was in your pipe just now. Huh?
Back in the platoon, they called me Hawkeye John. But that was a long, long time ago. Now I am no longer part of the Avengers. Nowadays, even when I'm reading my favorite book by the fireplace, I tend to do things like mistake the letters B, D, P, and Q.
My word. Maybe you should try putting yourself in the witness's shoes, attorney. That's not her voice. It does make it sound like you have some eye problems.
Just what is this? Some sort of tiny metallic shard?
It might just be the tip of a broken blade. It may be tiny, but it's absolutely an important piece of evidence. Yeah, his eyes are kind of messed up. Ugh. I don't even... old age, I guess? That's unfortunate. I hope my eyes still work when I'm old. I couldn't play video games otherwise.
How very intriguing.
Did I just... I don't know what you're talking about. Bib, I just...
Where did you happen to pick this up?
It was stuck inside Mr. Gyakut's pipe.
My pipe? When did the world did that get in there?
Well, what is the point of presenting this tiny little shard? You can't possibly be saying that it's related to the case at hand, can you?
So much face slapping going on in this trial. Indeed I am!
What?
If we consider the shard alongside another piece of evidence, I think the truth about the stabbing will become clear, once and for all.
I can see that our attorney is becoming very confident in his answers. Now then, defense, I order you to present your evidence. What evidence combined with this tiny shard will reveal the truth in this case?
I wonder. This is the knife that was found in the victim's back. If you look at it carefully, you'll see that the tip of the blade is chipped just slightly.
There are entire hordes of thieves roaming the London city centre with shoddy knives. A knife as cheap as this one would break as soon as it struck bone.
If that's true, then the tip of this knife
Should match up perfectly.
Would likely still be stuck inside the victim's body, yes.
However, that is not the case.
Oh,
The broken tip of this knife was this metal shard all along. It was in Mr. Gyakut's pipe. Wow.
oh!
Heart attack.
What's the matter, Lord Van Zieks? Just a little cardiac arrest. Nothing to be worried about.
Punching his own chest.
This is absolutely absurd. The knife with the broken tip and the shard.
Don't you JoJo pose at me.
They fit together perfectly. What? What in blazes?
Van Zieks, stay with us. You probably need to be the prosecutor for the last trial. Although actually, traditionally, the last trial of an Ace Attorney game has a different prosecutor, huh? I wonder, who could possibly be the next one?
Order, order, order! Is this some sort of Japanese black magic?
No, it's not magic. Yeah? He's finally panicked. A new animation. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet at all. I love it. Holding his lapel badge close to his heart.
It's no black magic, I'm afraid. On the contrary, one might call it a miracle.
Hector hopes that Vortex is the final prosecutor. I bet he hasn't really been relevant this whole time. Not that much. Just giving us our trials. A miracle! It looks like even Prosecutor Van Zieks has realized the truth.
Attorney, explain the meaning of this immediately.
Yes, sir. The gist of what I'm trying to say is probably the exact time that this shark got lodged in this pipe, I guess.
That was made clear during the Gyakut's testimony.
At the time, I was holding my pipe like so. But I was subjected to that horrifying barrage that flew out of my hand. Some hard object in my pipe knocking it out of my hand. This can't be!
And this time, the defendant didn't actually do it. Finally actually standing in a trial representing someone besides myself and not getting a false not guilty verdict. The fight between the Gyakuten couple happened at the exact same time as the crime. In her rage, Mrs. Gyakuten threw a knife at her husband. No bullcrap like McGundle. And I hopefully don't think that Van Zieks is going to murder Soseki. He kind of is a famous author that I'm pretty sure didn't die by being murdered by a prosecutor. Then, when the knife collided with Mr. Gyakut's pipe and sent it flying,
The knife's tip broke off. Broke off?
oh! And then the shard that broke off the knife lodged itself inside of the flying pipe.
How? It's really some sort of miracle.
I like how his animation just cuts off so suddenly. John's got the best animations. That's the only conceivable way that the shard could have ended up inside the pipe. Then the knife, now without its tip, flew through the open window. Thus, this broken weapon descended from the Gyakut's home and stabbed the victim in the back. No! No way! No way! No way! She's standing on a box. I just noticed that. Holy Grail about to die in 3.
What a decadent demonstration.
Oh, it survived.
You've piled up countless niggling details and proudly presented the resulting heap of dust. That's a very Japanese trick, isn't it?
No. It's just a normal trick. What's your problem now?
Unfortunately for you, your demonstration is nothing more than pretense. If you're wondering why...
And bam! There comes the leg death slam. Ah! We must be close to the end.
It's because there exists a fatal contradiction in your own assertions.
Oh, trivia that I learned from the YouTube comments. Thank you, by the way. Van Zieks' mocap person was a woman, and this animation of putting her leg on the desk was something that she totally ad-libbed. It wasn't even supposed to be part of the game, but the mocap director or whoever thought it was so funny that they just put it in. That's how Van Zieks does his death slam. Just throws the leg up there. It's amazing. Weendy's gotta go have lunch and run some errands, but have fun. Alright, Weendy, have a good day. Thanks for dropping by. I'll catch you next time. Hopefully you can watch the VOD to catch up, or, you know. Or do whatever you want. I can't force you to do anything. Have a good day. You think Hector thinks it's time for him to sleep as well? Alright, Hector. You too. Have a good night. I'm pretty sure the trial is coming to a close soon. I wouldn't want to just leave it here, especially after not playing it for a week, so I will try to get it done.
It's because there exists a fatal contradiction in your own assertions.
Huh? What?
Lord Van Zieks, explain yourself. What contradiction have you found in his assertion?
Hey, no, wait, yeah. You can't do that. That's my thing. I'm the one who points out the contradictions. I'm the contradiction boy.
It's honestly very simple. The victim was stabbed in the back by this knife.
Oh, that's all? She was bending over to pick up the book. Easy, next question. The back? No. Oh, well, there comes that slap again.
Yeah, that's right. He's absolutely right.
Oh, no, it healed.
What's the matter, darling? You're suddenly so jumpy.
Wow. Husband takes it like it's champ.
Leave a mark on his face. What's wrong? You're jumpy. Try to remember the details of the case again. As the victim was walking along Briar Road, she was stabbed and collapsed on the spot. If a knife had descended from above within those circumstances,
Or, a holy grail. Oh, there it goes.
then it would be inconceivable for the knife to land in her back. No!
It's fine. Naruhodou, don't panic. Damn it.
Order! Order!
Yeah, of course. That's totally it. If a falling knife had stabbed her, then it would have...
Why are you slapping your husband?
then it would have been stuck at the very top of her head, of course.
But... Book. Wow, that attorney really clammed up.
So that's it. I really knew something was fishy about this.
But what's the truth then?
Oh, indeed the defense has overlooked something vital. You can't call it a logical conclusion if it has even a single contradiction. Attorney, your demonstration doesn't have a single leg to stand on, or a leg to slam on the desk, and that's a shame.
No, it's fine, though. It's fine, though. I was so close to the truth. There shouldn't have been anything wrong with the path I was on. But now the way is closed off by a single contradiction. Damn it, that's my thing. In other words, if we can resolve that contradiction, the path will be cleared once more. Susato, can you read my mind? Half of that was my thoughts. Susato! Listen up, Naruhodou. You've just been taken by surprise, and you've turned just a little bit pale. But if you're on the right path, then I believe there has to be an answer somewhere. Somewhere in the information recorded in the court record.
Ah! It looks like our Japanese boy has finally run out of rebuttals.
No contradiction, boy. That's me.
There's only one thing that your silence whispers to us. It says that you've accepted your own assertions as false.
Oh!
Yeah.
Now pose with confidence. Wait. Did I say that? The contradiction isn't because I'm wrong. It's just another challenge to make my case even more well-honed. Yeah! Desk slam! You're not wrong. There's no way that a falling knife could stab an upright person in the back. That is, in a normal situation. Ho-ho!
What? What are you talking about, defense?
A certain piece of evidence tells the story. It tells us how a falling knife could end up in the victim's back.
What are you saying? What kind of nonsense trick is this? It seems this is the last time I'll have to say this today. Defense, I order you to present your evidence.
Please be the last time. This is the final contradiction. If I can clear this up, then one final undeniable truth will remain. Here's the evidence that proves how the falling knife fell into the victim's back. The fourth book. I am on a roll. Not a single mispresented evidence in this entire session. Oh.
First try. The fourth book, discovered on the scene of the crime, explains it all. This is it. This is the final piece of evidence that the defense will present.
This burned book?
Yes, can you not hear my theme music?
That book was from the Gyakuten home, correct?
If you take a look at this photo of the crime scene, take a look at this photo of the crime scene. Every time I look, it makes me laugh at the crime scene. Don't laugh at the crime scene, that's pretty rude. It tells you exactly where the book was present at the scene. The victim was holding Mr. Gyakut's book in her hand.
However, if you recall, the constable testified that he placed the book in her hand.
Objection, hold it.
That would be referring to when he moved the crime scene to the opposite footpath, yes?
Yes, about that. Patrolman O'Malley gave us a vital piece of testimony alongside that. Why did you leave this book in the victim's hand?
Oh, well, that's just how I found it. When we went over to the crime scene, the victim was holding on to this book. So when I moved her, I just left her the same as I found her, holding the book.
In other words, the victim picked up that book by her own volition. So obviously she picked it up before she was stabbed by the knife.
That does make sense. When you've got a knife in your back, that's definitely not the time to be reading.
Not reading, just picking it up to see what it is. So why in the first place did the victim pick up the book?
Oh, I think I know. I think I can imagine a reason why.
Huh?
We know that this book fell from the landlord's flat on the third floor to the ground. Furthermore, that was almost exactly the same time that the incident occurred.
Exactly. They were at the same time. Exactly. The victim was walking through the foggy London night on the pavement of Briar Road. As she walked on, suddenly, a book fell right in front of her.
The book that I threw!
Mrs. Gyakuten, put yourself in her shoes for a moment. Imagine you were walking along when suddenly a book fell before you.
Well, I can't exactly imagine that happening, but I suppose I'd probably reach out my hand. And I'd pick the poor book up, of course.
Oh. And that's our answer. She picked it up.
Oh! Oh!
A book fell from the sky in front of her. And of course, she reached out to pick it up. What do you think she might have looked like in this situation? With her back facing towards the window. Her back was pointed to the sky, completely defenseless, as she bent over. Jackpot. Well, I wouldn't want to win this jackpot. Instead of coins falling from the machine, it's a knife falling into her back. Ah. And in the next instant, while she picked it up. Oh. The knife following the book descended directly into her back. Well, that's not all. But wait, there's more. Order now, and only for 2 small payments of $19.99, you can get 2 not guilty verdicts. Not far behind Viridian was another person walking on Briar Road. That would be the defendant, Soseki Natsume. Oh! What Soseki witnessed at that moment was the victim suddenly collapsing to the ground. In that wispy fog, he failed to see the knife falling from the sky. Oh!
In that case, the constable and his wife wouldn't have witnessed anyone else on the scene.
And it's all because there was no criminal to flee the scene.
This case is just a tragic accident. It's a result of a chain of coincidences on coincidences. That's the very truth of the stabbing of Viridian Green. And there you have it.
Does that sound right, Gyakuten?
Oh. I feel so bad for them. But what now?
When you first revealed that knife, I started to realize... maybe that's really what happened.
Because maybe you did recognize it. Oh, this is a lot like the second episode. Just accidental. How unfortunate.
Darling.
It was an accident. Accidental... What? Accidental assault? Is that a thing? Like, you'll still be responsible for it, but... at least you won't be charged with attempted manslaughter.
Joan! I know, whether it was on purpose or not doesn't really matter. What I've done is still a crime, right? Well, it's a lesser crime.
Why do I sound like I got kicked in the groin? Well, that's just Joan, right? That's how she is.
I confess to it all. That night, as I was blinded by rage, I threw that book at my husband. And then I threw the knife, too.
See, that's what I do to method act the voice. Oh, I suffer for my art. Can you even be arrested for what they did? Well, yeah. If you accidentally stab someone, then you're still like, I don't know, charged with negligence or something. I'm sure someone in the YouTube comments will tell me what exactly the crime would be. I'm not a legal expert, I can't say.
Dear,
You don't have to say it. I know.
oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Ah, you don't have to. Oh. Strong man. Oh man. He's carrying her up with a broken leg. Oh, well, no, there he goes. All right. Hey, you can't let your wife fall like that. That's what the good husband would do. Catch her. No matter what. Even with a bum leg. Oh, rip his leg. What the heck?
Lord Van Zieks, how is Mrs. Gyakuten doing? She was taken to a bed in emergency care. I'm told that the situation is hectic at the moment. But there shouldn't be any problems. Things will calm down soon.
Skaven always walks back to the weirdest stuff. Maybe I just play the weirdest games. How many times did I have to kick myself before I mastered the voice of Joan? Oh, you know, enough.
Enough times.
Unfortunately, they wrought this tragedy with their own hands. They will need the resolve to stand and face it together. I'm not sure if one might call this a dark cloud silver lining, but according to a report from the hospital, the victim is on the road to recovery. It seems to be just a matter of time before she regains her senses.
We still don't know a thing about her, huh?
Still, it's great that she survived this ordeal.
Maybe she shows up in a later case or the next game or something. Yeah, you're right.
And as for you, defendant, Soseki Natsume.
Hello. How you doing? Shady man.
Ahem, ahem. Yes, sir! On behalf of the Ministry of Justice, I wish to issue an apology to you. You journeyed to Great Britain from so far in order to study in peace. Yet we have only caused you immeasurable suffering. We are deeply sorry for this.
Dot dot dot.
Ellipses! I cannot accept, for the one who must apologize is me!
Soseki.
That night, A poor young lady had fallen before my eyes. But in my hysterical horror at what lay before me, I made a terrible mistake.
Oh, what mistake? Soseki makes bad Harvest Moon games in name only. Yeah, that Natsume. Or as named on the Harvest Moon 64 screen, Natume.
I thought that vine lady had died.
Well, Patrolman Pat thought so as well. She did seem pretty dead, I guess. What do you know, Naruhodou? You didn't see the body. I guess you have a picture of it.
It has been a year since my arrival. I was still yet to acclimatize to life in the imperial capital.
Well, big words. Acclimatize. If I say that word again this entire year, somebody, first one to notice gets bonus points.
My days were dismal. It was as if the spirits of this fog of London, damp and dreary, had come.
Soseki does seem like a really sensitive guy. What a poignant image.
And it was the same then. I thought she was bewitched by the very same malevolent spirits. I know that dropping my books and fleeing the scene wasn't what I should have done. I should have done nothing other than call a doctor and notify the police of what happened. As an exchange student, I've dealt a terrible blow to the trust between our great empires. Thus, I must offer my deepest apologies.
It's not your fault, man. Oh. Windy, welcome back. We're still live. He just got called not guilty, I think. Soseki. Honor. Such an honorable man, but it's not your fault. You ran away from the scene of the crime. I mean, a normal person would as well. Didn't want to be involved, but if it wasn't for Sherlock finding you, you would have been fine. Yeah, we're still going, but I think we're done now.
As far as I can see, the essence of this case seems to be an apparition of an interwoven chain of misfortunes. Manipulated by this apparition, we were ready to rush to a mistaken verdict. Lord Van Zeeks, and you, attorney who voyaged from Japan to the British Empire. You two are responsible for breaking that chain. This was absolutely a model trial.
I don't know about model. It's not every day you question a juror and then prove them guilty of almost murder. Looking cool, Karu. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? You missed the breakdown. Oh, it was a good one. Mr. Garadeb holding on to Mrs. Garadeb for her life. Oh, it was sweet, but also painful because you know his leg is bum. His leg is broken. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you, my lord.
Now, sage citizens of the jury.
Yes, my lord.
The court has decided that now is the time for this trial to end. We request your final verdict.
Pepsi.
Speaking as the foreman, I only wish to arrive at a dignified verdict.
You know that Oscar Fairplay is only here because they didn't want to model that many people.
The truth is often cruel, isn't it?
I didn't think this would end with us losing a juror.
What?
I stand here now as my wife's messenger.
Oh, you know, so your wife doesn't have to declare herself guilty. Well, not really. Just have to declare the Soseki not guilty.
It's about time. Now I can finally get to work, right?
This will be a nice story for my grandchildren.
All right, Juror 6. You can go back home now. You're no longer needed.
Now, jurors, the time has come. Present your final verdicts to the court.
Uzai! Uzai!
Not guilty.
Not guilty. Not guilty. Not guilty.
The wife did it. It wasn't the butler, but it was the maid. The maid did it. Ah, you know, it was Clue. How could I told you that? Wow, I could never have imagined. It's been a while since I played the last part of this episode, but did I make a joke that the wife did it? Oh, accidental.
I will now deliver the verdict to the defendant. So sexy.
So sexy, Natsume. That's his name. Oh, so sexy. It's late. I'm tired. Looking cool Karu needs to really catch up to the walkthrough. Absolutely. If the VOD should still be up on Twitch, but if you need to catch the previous parts from the beginning, it's also on YouTube. Chance to YouTube. So sexy Natsume. Let me just.
I will now deliver the verdict to the defendant. So sexy Natsume. Not guilty.
Yeah, totally. So sexy, Lisa.
One more thing, defendant. Yes, my lord. You're now a free man once again. I hope you will endeavor to bridge the gap between our two cultures. And to be sure that you never find yourself in this courtroom again. Oh, yes, of course. I, so sexy Natsume, do solemnly swear. Damn, I am so moved.
Meg, what's up? Oh no, you're just in time for me to do terrible British accents. But it's coming to a close. How you doing? Hope you're doing well.
With this, today's trial comes to a close.
Tell me how they are. I hope they're good. Oh, we got our verdict. So good. You're goof. Well, hopefully you're also good. I was almost right. Quote number 8. Wait, Hammy just quoted one of my old quotes. Wait a week and we'll have one less juror. I was almost right. We pretty much did lose a juror, but not because they did end up being the murderer. Not dead. But, wow, an accident. If she had not been chosen for jury duty, holy crap. 20th of February, 3:17 p.m., Old Bailey, defendant lobby.
Oh, substitute.
Huh? You mean me?
Of course I do. Are there any other substitutes here?
I wouldn't really know. It just wasn't Green Senile Santa. Green Senile Santa, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, well. Oh no, wait, it was because I was likening him to the end from Metal Gear Solid 3, that's right. We've come a long way from substitute law student Naruhodou, haven't we? I would have preferred if we arrived at just Naruhodou instead. You know, better than calling me Japanese boy.
Oh, my name is finally absolved of all doubt. Heart full of glee. Laugh loud and free.
Good poem. He seems really happy. I can tell since he said laugh. It would be a lot easier to tell if he actually laughed, though.
Oh, substitute, you've really done it. You salvaged my life from trouble.
It wasn't me. You're free because you didn't hurt anyone. It's great that everyone else has come to see that too.
No, you see, you've got the wrong idea. Dear substitute.
Yes? Please stop dabbing and posing while you're talking to me.
I said this before, but I could never come to love London. On the roads, I look around and I see only foreigners. In the sky, only brick skyscrapers. The Brits look down at me from above. They point and laugh. Look at that dwarf.
Ugh. Same to me. in this game. I'm a foreigner too in this game. I'm sure Naruhodou knows all about being discriminated against. I think you're just imagining that.
However, today you have pulled me out of my tiny hole of depression.
Is this a JoJo reference? The poses. Summoning your stando. Ora, 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 ora. This is the power of my stand. I don't know what's a good law stand. Law and Order. That's not a song. It probably is.
You stood on the grand stage amongst those Brits, against those Brits, and you didn't dare retreat. In equal battle, you fought with your words to unveil the truth unknown. When I saw those great fireworks launched in the Crown Court, my heart cried for joy. Mankind is great!
Glory to mankind.
Dun dun.
We're both grateful to hear you say that. Yeah, I know, Hammy. I just want to say it out loud.
My old friends in Japan will be delighted to hear about this misadventure when I go home.
Huh? Go home? Oh, hey. I've been looking for you three. Sherlock Holmes! Sorry to keep you waiting. I just happened to oversleep just a bit. I'm sure you could have helped clarify the trial if you were part of it, Holmes. Hello, welcome. You made it to the end of the stream. My. What? 48 hours. Thanks for those. If it isn't Mr. Holmes. If it isn't Mr. Fordeodatis. Whoa, that was close. It looks like I made it just in time. For what, the verdict? I summoned the stand. I fought the law. That's a good one. And the law won. Wait, no. Holmes, you got the wrong guy. Hey, but it helped us get closer to the truth, I think. Wait a minute, Magundal is even shorter than Natsume. Hey, you're right. How dare they call him a dwarf? It looks like this court's about to be in session. I know you've got this, Master Naruhodou. Oh, you think it hasn't started? Actually, the trial just ended. Anybody who knows a British accent, am I any good? Don't even bother answering it. I know I'm not. What? How? I was in such a rush for nothing then.
It's you damned monster! The Sherlock Holmes!
I'm sorry, have we met? You found him, you put him in jail? You visited him in jail? That kind of happened, Holmes? Holmes, please? This is Soseki. You do remember arresting him, right? Overslept a bit.
Yes, I was actually leveling my Pikachu in Pokemon Sleep.
Sorry, you caught me. That's why I was sleeping for so long. He's level 20 now.
Oh, that's right. I didn't recognize him.
He's always hiding out in this little basement of a flat or in those dank little jail cells. He doesn't hang out there on purpose. What's he doing in a brightly lit room like this? I had no idea who he was. Huh. You could be a little less rude. How rude.
Curse you, the Sherlock Holmes.
I'm pretty sure the "the" is not part of his name.
It's all your fault that this happened to me. I've got a whole mountain of things I need to say to you.
Me. No, wait. Sorry, I've got it now. You must be the man that ran off from the crime scene. You abandoned that poor victim.
Huh?
If you'd taken her to a hospital instead, by now she probably would have been awake again. But oh well, I figure it was inevitable for her to end up this way anyway. We're all the same, you know. Something like that is just too much of a fright. Yeah. Sherlock Holmes wasn't even there, but he knows exactly how Soseki feels. Sherlock has methods to his madness, I will say that.
I'm honestly very sorry for what I did.
Good. By the way, you said there was a mountain of things you needed to say. Oh, right. No, I suppose not.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You're just too funny for me to handle.
Poor Soseki. So sexy.
Come on, look at the bright side. What a pleasant experience, right? And all for free.
You know, at the cost of your reputation.
And from what I can see, you've been declared not guilty.
He actually dabbed. I'm pretty sure he's been dabbing. He's done that actual animation in jail. I'm still not safe.
Whatever do you mean?
I knew it all along.
I'm cursed! Cursed by these damnable spirits! And cursed by the Grim Reaper himself!
Oh. Prosecutor Baroque Van Zieks.
I'll never forget what I heard. When that prosecutor's in the court, even if you're not guilty, you're doomed to a terrible demise!
No, that was just McGundle.
Oh!
No, Soseki! You'll be fine!
Huh?
Even if some sort of unruly bringer of death appears before us, High Susato will not fail to keep you safe from harm.
Why me?
Susato! Toss!
Ah. Oh. I'll add that to the count. Boop. Susato sauces, 10. I feel like we have more than that. Death itself.
You'll get a taste of my special move, the Susato Toss!
The text box is covering his eyes. He can't even bear to see me like this. You could at least warn me before you do that, Susato. Rip. Oh no, we're fine. So, Soseki. What are you gonna do now? You mentioned going home a while ago. No, I'm dead. This is the afterlife. I've been tossed too many times.
Before long, I plan to go home to the Japanese Empire.
Huh?
It's been a whole year since I first arrived in the British Empire. Going to university, living on my professor's teachings, visiting the libraries and bookshops. I've come to know this wonderful world of literature, along with the city it was born from. And I realize that my mission is to teach our empire about this culture.
It is one way to look at it. I mean, if you die in this country, who's gonna bring all that knowledge back?
Soseki!
So, put simply, you've gotten cold feet at the thought of the Grim Reaper's curse. Is that right?
No, you see, you've got the wrong idea. The more I learn about literature, the more these strange emotions well up within me. When I return home, I wish to write something with my own two hands.
Really? I'd love to read one of Soseki's novels someday. Someday. Maybe even Waga Hai wa Nakudearu? You know, just a thought.
Now, Master Naruhodou and Miss Susato, what are your plans?
Our plans?
Are you going back to Japan with that mustachio gentleman?
Why would we do that?
We haven't even been in London for a week now.
It's like 4 days.
No. Our trip has only just begun.
His origin story. Whose origin story? Soseki Natsume?
Huh. I suppose you've been staying in a hotel then?
Yeah. We're trying to find a cheap place to live before we go bankrupt.
Do we get to live with Sherlock?
Oh, the Sherlock. Let's go.
He can make us tea. According to our calculations, our allowance will vanish entirely in about 10 days.
Ask for his autograph while you can, Naruhodou.
Or else you'll be living in a cardboard box and that's the only thing you'll have him sign.
Oh, if you like, you're free to take my flat.
Your room doesn't have any windows, right? I might have to decline, but it is free. It's not free. He pays rent.
Yes, that's true. But the floor, walls, and ceiling are all in perfect order.
Ah. Just knock out the window. Pay the window tax. It's worth it.
And there's more. But wait, there's more. Just for 2 payments of 1990.
We heard about this cheap offer, Soseki. You got your 1 not guilty verdict. You'll get 2 for the price of 1. You get 1 for the price of 2.
You'll never be alone, because spirits will be there to curse you.
Yeah, talk to Phoenix right about that. Mia is still hanging over him. Spirits?
Indeed, when you're sound asleep at night, a yokai suddenly wrings your neck. What a refreshing day to start the day. A refreshing way.
I'm fine with coffee, please, thank you. I'll need some time to think about it first. Yeah, no, a haunted flat. Let's not.
I've got a proposal for you two. How would you like to stay at my home for a while?
Ooh, I would love it. Really? You're a bad marketer, Soseki. Hey, but 2 for the price of 1, though.
You see, our home has quite a bit of vacancy. Just a bit of a vacancy. Even if you would just be taking the attic.
Better than Soseki's flat. Can you really call that a vacancy?
Oh, you know, the attic is perfectly safe. Sometimes I shoot bullet holes into the ceiling. Keeps you on your toes. We talked it over with the landlord this morning, and now Iris is cleaning it up.
Oh, is that why you were late? Oh, Holmesy.
Homie! You should come as soon as you can. I doubt you have any luggage, right?
Oh my, what a lovely proposal. Susato's living the dream. Living with Sherlock Holmes. We get to live in the attic of a world-famous detective's home. Yeah. So many emotions are welling up inside me. We graciously accept. I haven't even had a say in this yet. I suppose I don't even have the option to look elsewhere now. Yeah, no. You're taking his flat and you will like it.
All right, it's decided then. Tonight, Iris will be flexing her cooking muscles for a big welcome dinner. Weird flex, but okay. Mr. Soseki, you're free to come over as well.
Oh, well, I do appreciate the offer.
Well then, I'll be working on the paperwork for Soseki's acquittal. Yeah! Susato looks so excited. Sherlock's attic. Oh yeah, I'm supposing fun stuff happens up there.
Substitute.
Why, I am not a substitute. I have a name. Look, do I look like a substitute to you? Okay, maybe I do.
I knew I was right to choose you. I'm so glad that I could meet someone like you in this foggy city.
I feel the same way, Soseki. It's just sad that we already have to say goodbye.
I've realized that I belong in Japan. Substitute. One day I swear we will meet again.
Maybe in the second game. Of course. I hope I can call myself a full-fledged attorney by then.
Perhaps by then I'll have the air of a competent author.
All right, you two. Our coach has arrived. We should get going soon, Master Naruhodou.
Okay, Mr. Holmes.
Hopefully, Mr. So Sexy will be acquitted in time to make it for dinner.
Yes. Paperwork, you know. Susato, take your time. The longer he has to work this out, the longer he stays in England.
And then maybe he'll reconsider.
Yeah, we'll all just be one weird happy family. And so, the curtain closed on So Sexy's trial. The 3 of us boarded a coach and set off for Baker Street. And I suppose that's it. No? Oh, wow. Look at it. You call this an attic? I would love to live up here. It looks nice. It's like the attic of a cafe. Persona 5. Wow. So this is it. It's our new office. Office? Our own office, huh? I like that. It's got a nice ring to it. We'll call it the Naruhodou Anywhere Agency. Doesn't quite work. Maybe I'll change my family name to right. It does! This is like a dream come true! Do you see this, Asogi? It's only a small one. But I feel like I've come one step closer to fulfilling your dream. Asogi. Oh. What do you think, you two? Do you love it or do you love it? Whoa! Whoa, whoa, who is this man? Sherlock Holmes looking like a snack. Damn! He's looking nice. I aspire to look as handsome as this man. Wow. Wow. Thumbnail. Thumbnail. Handsome man. Mr. Holmes, thank you so much for this.
It's such a charming little room. I'm positively overwhelmed with glee. And you're such a charming man. Ooh.
Suzado?
Let me have this Naruhodou.
That hair, though. That's great. Iris and I are glad you're here, too.
Come on, everyone. It's almost time for supper. When Uncle So Sexy gets here, we're having a big party.
Who told you that was his name?
Ah, Miss Iris, I would love to help you prepare. Okay, then Susie, you can make the salad.
Why do you need a gun to make salad? Sherlock can come over to your home anytime. Gonna do some deduction if you know what I'm saying.
All right.
Uncle Soseki. Aww. So, how does it feel, Master Naruhodou? You've established your very own office in London. I can't stop trembling from the excitement, along with the thought of what might be waiting for us in the city. That's exactly how I felt when I opened my own office here. That is, until I came to know of the darkness lurking in this foggy city. Oh, don't get all edgy on me, man. Save it for the next episode. I'm getting sleepy. Huh? London is praised for being the brightest, most prosperous imperial capital of all. However, as the flame of London burns brighter and brighter, the shadow cast by its light grows into an ever greater darkness. What's that supposed to mean? Well, I'm sure that you'll find out for yourself in due time just how deep the darkness goes. Don't drop this on me, we barely got here. Now, I believe this bears repeating. Oh. Welcome to London, Master Naruhodou. We in it now, boys. We in it now. I feel like at this point we're in the thick of it. We've finally had a taste of what London has to offer. At that point, there was no way I could have truly understood Mr. Holmes's words. No. It would be just a short while longer. Don't cliffhang me! Before I would peer into the abyss with my own eyes. The end. Oh, yes. To be continued.
in the next time I stream this. Episode 5, The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story. The Hound of the Baskervilles. Oh, man. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. This game is so excellent, and I wish I could have started earlier so I wouldn't have to end so late, but I'm loving it. I love it. I am going to be so sad once episode 5 is done, and I'm like, oh, gotta wait for the second game to be translated. It took forever for this one. Well, I guess that's it. Everybody who's still here, thank you guys for watching. That was the trial. That was episode 4 of the Great Ace Attorney. We're almost done. I can't wait. But for now, that's the stream. If you haven't already, you can follow me on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, all that good stuff, so that you can catch the stream next time I stream it. Yeah, good stuff. This is usually the part where I tell everybody to have a good night, but have a great night, everybody. If you're still, everybody, I'd like to thank you guys for watching for this long, for following me play this game. I don't know how many hours I've already played this, but it feels like forever. And we're at the final chapter now. It's gonna be exciting, it's gonna be wonderful, and I can't wait to share that experience with all of you guys. I can't thank you all enough. Have a good night. If you're going to sleep, I will let you. Don't let me keep you up. Be responsible, have a good night, go to sleep. If it's daytime where you are, go to work, go to school, drink your teeth, eat your milk, and always stay in drugs.